I forgot my hat. Oh my gosh. And we're back. Yeah, almost forgot the hat, but I got it on, so we're good to go. Episode 52. I am your host, Matt Musselwhite. I am joined by my co-host, Bryan Kern. How are you, buddy?
What's up, Interverse? How is everybody? Interverse, that's a weird one, right?
Wow.
Am I talking to the
don't ever say that
internet universe, or am I talking to some weird, like...
That's the quickest I've ever booted someone from the show. But this week we have the Undertaking from San Diego joining us. These guys are awesome. We have Austin and Johnny with us, the guitarist and vocalist, respectively. How are you guys doing?
I'm great.
Dude, we're doing super good. It's like I said earlier, it's been a little bit hot in San Diego, so we would appreciate the April showers to like boot the 90 degrees that we've had recently. But other than that, yeah, life is good.
Are April showers anything like the golden showers you like, Brian?
I believe they are. I believe they're along the same lines of things. And who wouldn't give their left nut to be hanging out in San Diego right now, man? Give me
I'll
any
give you
beautiful
both
weather
testes.
anywhere, and I'll be hanging out. I'll choose San Diego all day, every day over it. So take my
I'll
left
give
nut
you both
and
testes
my golden shower,
and
let's
half
go.
the shaft if you just let me live in like Coronado.
You
Why
guys
Coronado?
chose to
That's the
move.
worst
You chose
fucking
to move
spot.
out of. No, you chose to move out of Southern California.
I didn't choose.
What,
Y'all chose to raise the prices in the damn
Oh,
Southern California.
Stop! I won't even let him.
It's
guys.
Nancy Pelosi's.
I won't. Yeah, he's getting booted for this bullshit because he can't pull that card. Yeah, no. I'm jealous that you two are chiming in from lovely SoCal.
anytime, come hang out. I know it is expensive. That's like basically the reason people keep going to Montana and Idaho.
And everybody's moving to Idaho.
How about
Idaho's
any other
beautiful.
state? How about any other state other than California? But it's okay.
Yeah, it's true.
Know.
Come hang out.
Offer extends to Austin, Texas as well. If you guys are ever out here, you know that you can definitely couch surf.
We got
I have
barbecue, bunch of guns. Elon
Not
Musk
at Matt's
is out
house,
here.
Though. If you go to Matt's house, you're gonna be.
I'm jumping
into
to question mode. Do you guys know Mondo Tees at all? Do you follow the screen printing company? They're connected to the Alamo Draft House.
Oh, I know that place. Yeah, they're going bankrupt.
Yeah, they are. So they used to have a screen printing division that was like limited edition movie posters and stuff. And so I always want to go out there because that's where they used to have their gallery. But I think that they're shifting stuff around because yeah, Alamo is going bankrupt.
I could get down on that. I mean, you could come tour the Lone Star Pearl Brewery and have some of the worst beer you've ever had.
We're down. We're down for that. Yeah, let's go.
Yo,
We have taste,
Brian,
guys.
Lone Star is pretty bad, bro.
You said Pearl. Two
the same
completely
thing.
different beers. No,
Same-
Lone Star's
they're
different.
They're the exact same company. They have
Probably,
the exact same. No, they're
Yeah.
the same label. One's blue, one's red. They taste like shit.
There's lots of
Sorry.
bad beer where you guys are at.
Well,
we
first
have
of
a lot
all,
of
so
good
let's
beer.
not even. No, it's oversaturated completely. Everybody.
Yeah,
but
there's a lot of beer.
What's great is you
We
can
have a great
definitely
variety
get
of good and bad.
a fucking 6-pack of like Green Flash or some Stone for $12 out here. That's fantastic.
Sure.
It's
I could get you
know,
stoned for less than $12.
but it's fucking it's cool.
While we're on this podcast, I'll drive over to Stone and I'll keep the podcast going while we're drinking Stone beer at the headquarters.
We
Why don't do
literally
that?
just lost 3,000 viewers because we're going down this beer route, but I'm going to take it deeper. have you guys been to the Stone Brewery hotel that they had built? Because the last time I was at Stone Brewery was like 2009, 2010, so a while back, but they were building that big hotel like party place kind of thing, right? Like a
Next
Stone-
door?
Yeah, or like down the
That
street
did
kind of.
that didn't happen.
Oh no. What
Unless
happened?
I'm wrong. Unless I'm wrong, that never happened because they ended up opening up multiple locations down in San Diego. But
Yeah.
the proposed hotel that was
Yes.
going to happen right next door, that didn't happen. There's a massive hospital right next to it, so that's a good place.
Wow.
Needs a hospital.
What
you
a
know what? We
twist.
need to tear down these hospitals and start putting up some hard rock hotels.
You know, there might be some
My-
cross-marketing there. There might be some cross-marketing between the brewery and the hospital.
Hard
I'm sure
Rock
they could work
Hospital?
Yeah, there you go. They could work
Yeah,
something out.
there it is. Yeah. My wife works at that hospital, actually.
Oh, okay, let's
Hey,
totally not
she
shut
needs-
that one down.
She needs to start talking to the people over at Stone and work something out.
Tell her when she becomes a waitress, I'm sorry for the pay cut.
Yeah,
What she went to
right.
school for.
Right. No, it's nuts.
Did anybody fall Oh, go ahead, buddy.
No, I was gonna make a joke about working double shift. She's a waitress during the day, and then she just goes over and works the night shift at the hospital.
So I can play music with my friends.
Yeah.
But she gets confused, and instead of ordering a liver transplant, she orders a BLT with no teeth.
A Cadillac margarita.
There you go.
It's just like the Hard Rock Hotel in Vegas, but it's a hospital and it has a pink taco restaurant inside. That'd be dope. Did any of you guys fall victim to any April Fool's jokes?
I did, actually.
Man.
My brother and his longtime girlfriend, I think they've been dating like 8 years. They did a photo
Marry
shoot.
her already, bro.
Right? That's what we're all saying. So they did a photo shoot for some friend's company back in like December, and it was all like wedding pictures and stuff. And so they waited till now to post all these wedding photos, like complete, like dressed to the nines. Like he's like pouring champagne and stuff like that. And they were like, surprised we got married during COVID. And my family was all texting. We're like, what did you do? Like, you didn't tell us. And they let it go all day. And like didn't answer any of the texts until the end of the day. And they're like, "Nah, we're just kidding."
Wow, beautiful.
Yeah,
that's
a good one. That's a good one.
That's a deep play. I like it.
Yeah, very deep.
My favorite April Fool's joke this year, and there was very few that were even remotely comical. I liked how the band 311 traded social media accounts with 7-Eleven for the entire day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, 7-Eleven swapped logos with them, and 311 had the 7-Eleven logo with the 311, and yeah, it was just a whole thing. That was funny. Good cross promotion. I'm sure that's an easy phone call to make. A bad April Fool's joke was DJ Quick saying he was shot twice and rushed to the hospital.
Oh no.
Not very funny when
Not
there's
good.
rappers being shot every day. You're located in Los Angeles, where a lot of our favorite rappers are shot, and we're worried about you.
Not only that, but the inciting self-harm has never gone over well. Let's not forget homeboy from Upon a Burning Body that was like tweeting out that he was being like followed, and then later nobody could get in touch with him, and the band was concerned because they hadn't heard from him. But come to find out, it's just like some
Publicity stunt.
viral marketing they're doing for like an album that's coming out, and it's just like I enjoyed it, but a lot of people didn't. And I was like, wow,
so that
man,
burned
sucks.
everybody. If you guys aren't familiar, a few years back, I want to say in about 2014 or 15, right when Upon a Burning Body released Red, White, and Green, they had a publicity stunt where their vocalist made it appear like he had been kidnapped. They have a cartel gimmick image for that album, and so that was kind of weird. People thought he was involved in some like gang activity and something happened.
They're from San Antonio, like
What's really unfortunate is this was all an idea concocted by their record label, and when the shit hit the fan and the fans didn't like this, there was tons of backlash, and the label threw the band under the bus. Didn't take any accountability for it, and decided, it's just a bad idea and we don't condone that sort of thing, and just hung the band out to dry.
Well, no, I feel like everybody lost their, like online, everybody lost their sense of humor this past year. So like April Fool's this year was coming on the heels of like a year of COVID, and most people were just like, no, we're not going to fall for any of this. Just like, we're done. We're trying to get back to normal. Let's all chill.
And that's like there's this fine like plank that we're all walking right here, because shows are we're about to get into some news right now, and like we're going to be covering some tours coming back, and like things are a little bit of like normal. Like everyone's like, what's going on? Like everyone's peeking their head over the fence going, oh, people are outside? Okay, cool. And they're like gathering their things, and they're ready to like start reemerging into the world. So yeah, I think everyone was on eggshells. Nobody wanted to like throw your sister or whoever is brave for going in all day like that, because what if grandma was like on the edge, on the verge,
Heart attack stuff,
Yeah, like finally after 8 years, and you didn't invite me, I wasn't there. Like,
right.
Faking a marriage, I can see some funny in it. It's fairly harmless, because the worst you're going to do is grandma thinks she was excluded, but you can fix that in an hour or two. I had somebody on my Facebook timeline said that posted a picture of an SUV upside down, said they were in a crash, didn't wear a seatbelt, and then let everybody post their like hope you're well and hope you're okay, and never fucking corrected them. Just let it stay. And I think it's because I called them out. I said, "Oh, this is fake. You weren't hurt. No, blah blah blah." And they just never let up. But then the next day, they're like selling shit on Marketplace. Like they're not in the hospital.
Yeah, they're desperate for attention, man. They're lonely. They're looking for somebody to care about them. So.
You can't joke about that kind of stuff. That's like, you know.
There's a line.
That's like, yeah,
There's a
you're not
line
going
there.
to joke about like, oh, hey, I got COVID. That's not fucking funny. There's no
Yeah.
punchline to that.
Oh, you know there were.
No, it was funny when you got COVID.
No,
That's
I'm
different.
saying there were fucking some people that were like, oh, I got COVID. There's been some fucking.
I'm
stupid ass-
sure. Yeah.
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 There was
some
a bunch
wife
of
got
unfunny
a,
jokes.
Some wife got a horrible phone call from like her husband and his 3 doofus friends saying that there was like some shooting somewhere or some shit. And like,
What
fucking
about
okay,
the
honey.
guy? There was a guy a couple years ago. He went viral because his 2 friends helped him stage a kidnapping so he could go hang out with the boys.
Oh no.
That's
Well,
awful.
No. I'm waiting for COVID. So I know some companies added like some extra paid time off or time, like sick leave for COVID people. I'm sure there's going to be a ton of lawsuits, and maybe not. Maybe nobody cares, but like all these people who are calling in sick because they had COVID and they posted it on their social medias and tried to make it like as legit as possible.
Oh,
like,
you didn't have COVID. You're at Disneyland. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Oh man. Yeah, it's bad. I'm sure someone's done that crappy joke. Belinda Berry says that they're attention whores. And I would
Shout
say
out
she's
Belinda.
accurate.
Belinda's
Yeah, glad
hanging
to
out.
see
Shout
Belinda's
out.
back. She was with us for like 6 straight episodes and then disappeared.
She had a
welcome back.
she had a heroin experience, but yeah, that's maybe
It's like
she's
the last
triggered.
person
Maybe-
that would ever get wrapped up in drugs.
She's she had all the April Fool incidents we just talked about, plus all the drug shit that upon
She could have totally got me fired from Sam's Club for sexual harassment. Mind you, it was compliments, but
Probably.
she could have totally had me fired. Speaking of getting fired, did you guys see the Lil Nas X Satan shoes that dropped this week? They seem to be
We have
a
intel on
topic
that.
of discussion with everyone. What's
Yeah.
the intel?
The intel is that, okay, first of all, Nike has gone on record and said that they do not condone this at all.
Nike didn't
And what
make
happened-
these.
They didn't
If
make
Yeah.
anyone's
So
what's
so
happened.
what happened? Did they grab Nike shoes and then
Homeboy
redesign
bought
them?
666 pairs of Air Max 97s.
Okay.
Homeboy
Then they
injects ink in
custom
them, blood, spruced them up, selling them back. There's already a lawsuit. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the
lawsuit.
lawsuit come through. Yeah.
Yep.
The thing that sucks about the lawsuit is that all 666 pairs sold out in under a minute.
Oh,
So they
no.
sold, even though each pair cost $1,018 plus
Jeez.
tax. Okay, so they're all sold out. So
Holy
you would think the
cow.
lawsuit ain't going to matter, but the lawsuit halts shipment. So the shoes have been sold. Now you've paid money. You've paid over $1,000. You're not receiving your shoes because Nike doesn't want to take the bullet for this. Why would Nike want to be represented by some satanic shoes when they get no money from it?
Yeah.
So I can understand the lawsuit. This is because boutique Mischief, fashion boutique called Mischief. It's devowed, so it's spelled MSCHF. I've literally never ever heard of them till this. I mean, the shoes look okay.
Jesus. They did a Jesus shoe that was very clean looking. It was all white, blue ink in the bottom
Are you
of it.
serious? Is that real?
I swear to God. Yeah. They did it a couple years ago.
No drop of human blood in that one.
It was but it had holy water in it. That's the kicker.
Oh,
It was a
no.
collab. It was a collab that had ink and holy water in it, and I forget who he collabed with, but basically that was the point. He then collaborated with Lil Nas X, to bring over the other half of it, and that's Nas's gimmick right now. Now I don't know if the original Jesus shoes, and that's what they were called, the Jesus
Air
shoes,
Jesus.
were
Air walks on water.
were the to the same context. I don't know if they were also bought and then resold after they had the modifications done to them. So I
They
don't know.
totally were. Nike's not collabing with Lil Nas X for
What is
shit, dude.
Up, Jordan Tupper. You're just in time to hear us talk about fake shoes and good news. Do we have anything else that's
I
fucking on
think
top of
that
this?
the shoes shouldn't have been made with holy water, but rather Chick-fil-A sweet tea, because I feel like it's more holy.
Did you
So
see the
good.
Chick-fil-A shoe I sent you?
I saw the Air My Pleasures, yes. Not interested.
It was great. Have you guys that Chick-fil-A outside of Soma? Is it still there?
There's a Chick-fil-A, and then there's a Del Taco and an In-N-Out next door. It's like you got California. in
There's
one
also
picture.
a Black
yeah.
Angus. I'm pretty sure there's a Black Angus too.
That
in the
had to
parking lot right
close.
Yeah, we used to park in the parking lot across the street. It was like Target or Walmart or whatever
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
And
Honestly, I
they're-
don't know. I don't know if I've been there since Chick-fil-A's been there, but the In-N-Out was always where we would go. So
Yeah.
I went to Point Loma Nazarene University, which was actually down the street from there. So
Yeah,
so
yeah.
so I'm We used to go to Soma all the time. Yeah, we love
Yeah,
that
that's
place.
our
I've
spot.
stolen so much from that Target. I'm ashamed to admit it. I've heard there was a burrito spot near that Soma that was really good. Pierce Seville said it was good, but I cannot remember the damn name of it.
No, everybody's gonna tell you that there's a good spot down there. I don't even know what it's called, and it sucks.
It's someone's name, right?
Oh, that's all the burrito spots.
Somberto?
Oh no, I'm gonna
One of
think
the
of it
burritos?
later. No, but down in Point Loma, there's some amazing burrito spots all over San Diego. We got the best burritos in town.
Hey, Lucha Libre, son, let's go. Let's go. I'll fucking eat there. Oh, man.
Too expensive.
Oh, it's so
Bro,
good.
who
It's
gives
worth
a
it.
shit? Just let,
Oh, yeah,
Brian's made of fucking money over
throw
here.
me a California burrito, son.
That's because you've taken the trip from Texas to California, and you don't care how much.
Well, no,
when
we
you're
used to
eating,
He's saving all that money
I know.
living in Austin.
We used to live in Southern California, so we know. What does it is you guys.
I was broke when I lived there, bro.
I'm assuming.
I was driving through Del Taco and asking for water cups.
Somehow you guys are equating Southern California to Palm Springs, and that's definitely inland.
No, we have not.
No,
No.
he is. Southern California to me is just Disneyland and Anaheim.
Yeah. And I'm very familiar with San Diego. I lived in Escondido for a short, brief period.
That's
And
not San Diego, bro.
Oh, yes, it is.
Yeah, what are you talking
Yes.
about, bro?
Esco.
Homeboy was like, when I said, whatever, yeah, dude.
Hey, last
I
time I
almost
tried
said North County. I almost said North County in that group message that we had going. I was going to say
That's
I'm
what-
coming down from
that's
North
what they
County.
said.
Let's go. That's where the Undertaking is. So we literally have every city in North County covered, like from Escondido to the coast. So that's us. Yeah.
Cool. All right, that's dope. Oh man, I forgot what I was going to say. Fuck it, keep going. Let's go. More news. This is off to a great start.
I was supposed to display this picture and I never did. These are what the satanic Little Nas X shoes look like.
Oh,
They're
I
not
love
bad.
it.
I'm
they're
just
cool.
I'm too old to be wearing satanic imagery. I'm not a tryhard. I don't need my shoes to intimidate you. Like the fact that I have shoes that cost $300 should intimidate you, not these fucking Little Nas X shits.
This whole Satanist fucking outcry and debacle that's going on right now. It's great. It's like oh man, here's the Devil Squad. The Devil Squad hasn't had a chance to like pop up and like say what they wanted to say yet, but here they are. They're hanging out now. They are into the party? Okay, well, I'm going to sit back and watch this thing go because I don't know who's going to say
Twitter.
what, and you're riding down a stripper pole and giving the lap dance to the devil? Oh shit. All right.
Oh yeah, that did happen.
This is the end of the world.
I read
No,
on
but I
Twitter,
mean-
and Twitter is undefeated at being correct. Apparently, Cannibal Corpse fans are angry at Little Nas X for these shoes. I guess they stole the satanic shine.
But it's beautiful marketing because everybody's talking about it.
Yeah.
It's been on Fox News.
Yeah.
And so the Fox News crowd is even more mad. And so the Fox News crowd is telling their kids they can't listen to him. So those kids are definitely listening to him. Like, it's just, I feel like if people didn't talk about it, everybody just chilled out, it would go away.
They're just
but it just
shooting.
keeps going up. Yeah, I love it.
We need to understand that the real fear here is that parents don't want don't want Little Nas and his influences to turn their kids into what everyone fears, a fucking cowboy. Like, I mean, nobody wants that. So I don't understand, duh, of course.
I
they're gonna
thought you
censor
were
him.
going the frogs are turning gay route, but then you threw the cowboy thing at me, and now I'm. Oh my!
You're welcome. It's called comedy. I'll be here all week.
I love the message behind it because the people most outraged are conservatives, and they're the ones that are always saying that gay people are sinning and they're going to hell. And so Little Nas X just showed you what you've been bullying and saying to him for years, and that he's going to hell. And he's basically saying, like, all right, if I'm going to hell, well, I'm going to live it up. I'm going to give Satan a lap dance. I'm going to ride that pole all the way down to hell. He's giving the Christians exactly what they said was going to happen to him, and they're still outraged. I think it's funny. I think that freedom of expression is great. I think outraging bigots and racists is always a good thing. So yeah, fuck it. Wear the shoes. Don't wear the shoes. I don't care. My question is, do we like the song? No one's even mentioned if they like the song. Like, no one on Twitter, no one on the internet. Like, everyone's outraged, but they don't actually talk about the music.
I have not listened to the song.
I haven't heard the song.
Yeah, no, I know all about
Fair.
it because I love it. I love the whole controversy behind it because I think it's hilarious when people get pissed. But yeah, I have not actually listened to the song.
I was super intrigued before I heard it, and I thought like Montero, like first off, it's kind of a cool name. It sounds kind of classy, kind of foreign. I dig it. It also sounds like it could be something like satanic or biblical, like it goes along the lines of like Lucifer and Damien and shit like that. So I dig it. I'm not gonna say he's like a great singer. He's kind of getting away with the same lackadaisical singing that most rappers do. But if you're gonna make that the forefront of your music, where like you're not a lyrical rapper spitting bars, maybe sing better. But the song's decent. The hook will stay in your head. It's just the video is so distracting from the song that it's hard to actually hear what's going on. Like the only things I heard were the chorus, and 2 times in the verse he mentions that he's fucking dudes, and I'm sure that's gonna outrage someone, but that was all I caught. The rest of the song, it's like there's just so much going on in the video. It's very animated, very digital. It's just it's wild.
I think the fact that
Two comments. One, he took over Twitter for multiple days. And anytime somebody can just take over Twitter and that's like all you see when you log on, I'm always impressed. And
that's not the president.
I'm just exactly. No, I don't want to talk. No politics. Just stop.
We never do.
And 2, I'm just way happier to talk about satanic shoes than your sexual preference on Lola Bunny and whether or not the like redo of her is good. So
I'm glad you didn't hear our episode from 3 weeks ago.
Oh no, I did. And
that's why he dropped the joke. Oh, it's called comedy. He'll be here all week.
I'm still disappointed that Lola Bunny isn't as hot as she was from my childhood.
I'm disappointed that you still remember what Lola Bunny looked like.
Hey, she was the first cartoon character I was ever attracted to, bro. You never forget your first one.
That could have been.
No.
Hey, let me drink a couple more of these Crown and Cokes, and I'll put on some Sailor Moon and give you my second.
It was the girl from Doug.
Patty Mayonnaise?
Patty Mayonnaise?
Hold on. Nickelodeon Doug or Disney Doug? Big difference.
What? Disney had a
Nickelodeon Doug.
Nickelodeon Doug is the only correct Doug.
Yeah. Wait, what is the Disney Doug?
Disney Doug is it's weird. They're older.
It's like an alternate universe. Yeah, they're alternate like enough to where it'll piss you off.
Right.
I don't know about this, so I'm trying to Google it.
Roger's not the bully anymore.
Yeah, the shorts are length.
What about Skeeter?
He's still blue.
He was clearly Skeeter was
that
clearly
racist?
Skeeter was clearly the black friend, right?
Yeah,
I don't know, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
I've been saying for weeks that blue lives don't matter, and then you throw Skeeter at me, and now I feel different.
No. Yeah, I'm just.
Austin's about to boot himself out of here.
Back to shoes.
Oh man, I got so many other touchy subjects.
Let's go.
I didn't even think about the solid state connection of all this Satan talk over here.
So, no, we're good. We're chill.
Their band is called The Undertaking. So while we're touching on politics, we're only going to mention this. BDSM Ted Cruz stickers have been popping up all around San Antonio.
Oh my gosh!
I don't know why. I don't know what it means, but I'm here for it.
What's the tattoo on his arm? Is
that a chicken? I wish I knew.
The one over his belly says "Proud Boy," and I think that's the best one.
Do you think he's that fat?
Oh, of course. Of course.
You know,
I honestly think he has that outfit. I think he has that outfit. 100%.
No.
Yes,
he looks like he's a tag team member of Doom.
I'm going to say something
Demolition.
Demolition.
Yes, I want to hear it.
Hey, I put on COVID weight too, so.
I'm nothing but COVID weight.
2 pounds per month, right? It's the national average.
I've probably gained like 15 or 20 pounds.
No, it's not. 2 pounds.
What do you eat, a goldfish a day?
Average.
Google it. I think it just came out that 2 pounds per month was the national average of weight gain for the United States. Yeah.
Okay, those people definitely were not taking advantage of all these great restaurants takeout family meals.
No, they were just sitting on their computers, pissed off about politics and like drinking more. Cruz is the ultimate try hard, and I feel bad for him because he's just trying so hard to be either like on the forefront of the next like thing, and every decision he makes just gets worse and worse and worse and worse. Like I honestly, at some point, it's not funny anymore that he just keeps making the wrong decision. We were talking about the Texas Freeze stuff and how he like he tried to put the Cabo trip on his daughters. Like I just feel so bad for him. But then I don't because he's an idiot. For us. I know. That's my Ted Cruz rant. I mean, at some point, the dude just cannot do anything right.
You're accurate.
He needs to go away. No, he needs to go away.
You're totally right. Like I feel like he's trying. It's like he was bullied by his classmates to be a more conservative and Republican, and it's like he's trying to be the best douchebag he can, but he even fails at that.
Yes,
and it's how do you suck at being a douchebag? Like you're not douchey enough. You're only like half douche. Like
he's like a wimp. It's like he's like not brave enough to be ultra dick and douchey, if that makes sense. Like he won't go that fucking hard because he's like afraid. He's like afraid what people will say or like pick on him or like bully him or some shit.
I mean, Trump like he was making fun of his wife and stuff, and then
there's several cuck jokes that I have that we could read off, but I don't want to go that route because I feel
we usually save that for the late show.
But he is the brunt of every one of them. Like, unfortunately, that's just what the image of fucking Ted Cruz.
No, you're right. He was the kid in high school that got bullied, and then he tried to befriend the bully, but the bullies never embraced him. And that
he couldn't become a cop because the academy didn't want him. Like, bro, no, we don't want you. What are you talking about? No, get out of here. Go away, kid. And then he's like, well, I'm going to be a politician then. And he fucking stormed off.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, I saw that. I love that. That's
and whoever's doing it is just throwing him up all week. Like, he hasn't stopped. They've been on the side of buildings. He's popping up on the side of water towers. He's just going hard.
They're on the back of street signs that are in the buses. Median. So while you're stuck in traffic, there's just a naked Ted Cruz and BDSM gear staring at you.
What's great is he's got boots and gloves. Like, what is he going into? Did he even need boots and gloves?
I do feel bad for him. I mean, he's got a family and stuff. That's like, what if he's driving around and his like kids are seeing that and it's like, that's my dad. I don't know.
Johnny's our emotional artist in the band, so he does feels bad for people.
I mean, he's not a good person. He's a bad person, but also I still feel bad for the dude.
I don't know, man. He threw his daughters under the bus for trying to go to Cabo for a week. Yeah.
Does anybody watch Bob's Burgers?
No.
Okay, you know how the kids are just like, yeah, dad, whatever, fucking. Okay, that's how I imagine Ted Cruz kids are. They see the picture of him in fucking dominatrix outfits, and they're just like, oh god, my dad. Oh.
No, that's not surprising because they see him walking around the house in that outfit.
So when I look at that picture of Ted Cruz, here's what I think of.
Yes!
Demolition, baby.
Yes.
Demolition.
That's him, right? Just extra face
100%.
It is.
100%.
On the left, right? Yes.
Yeah, who knew Ted Cruz is part of the longest reigning tag champs of all time?
That's Tuesday night in the Cruz house.
So, do we have wrestling fans over here?
Not anymore. I mean, I watched wrestling when I was a kid, but I haven't kept up with it.
Okay.
I was a child. I was born in the late '80s, so I mean, we all grew up with Hulk Hogan and all the wrestlers. I had the action figures and stuff. Yeah,
the Attitude Era was like the best.
Yeah.
Still watching that.
Oh stuff. Yeah. The late '90s, early 2000s. Yeah. About 05, it really sucked.
Are you fishing to see if the Undertaking is actually just a tribute band to the Undertaking?
No, we ask every fan.
That I actually had that written down.
I would love that.
Questions.
But no.
We ask every guest if they like wrestling, video games, and like who their least favorite like tour companions are. Just something to incriminate them.
Yeah. If you don't, I would be surprised if you guys don't have like the Undertaker's gong as your entrance music. That'd be fucking dope. Like,
that's a good call.
Hey,
we should do that.
You let me know, man. I got some ideas.
What royalties? What royalties do you want for that idea?
I think if you keep it under 12 seconds, you're good. I think if it's just a gong, if it's just the gong, you're good.
And then Austin comes out with like that brim hat and stuff like that, and his eyes like.
I'm in a casket, and I just come.
Can I be pallbearer? I'll like paint my face white and have like the
Yes, and the urn.
yes.
Yes.
I mean, you're like 1/16 pallbearer size, but sure.
You could go full gimmick, and each of you could be an iteration of the Undertaker. One of you could have the purple gloves and like the gray attire. The other one could be like the badass,
91 Taker,
the American badass Undertaker. Then you have the Ministry Undertaker, Dead Man.
That's like a great idea.
Yeah, man.
Brian's no lead duck, but he can really set up your intro for you. I mean, I don't know if he knows how to program lights, but he'll figure it out.
I am no lead duck. Shout out to Sky Eats Airplane.
I think Brian's listened to a lights record once, so that counts.
That's a great fucking joke. I'm no Lee duck. Shout out to Lee.
Yo, yeah, Lee kills it on lights.
Shout out to Lee.
Shout out to Slam Diego because Eric Hosmer just hit a 2-run home run. So let's go, Padres.
I always forget you guys have a baseball team. That's crazy.
How dare you?
How dare you?
So that's.
Not
Don't
only
go
is
there.
it forgetful,
I don't want to boo myself from this chat.
It's almost ironic because it's literally the nicest stadium in fucking baseball. It
really is. Petco Park is great.
The nicest area to, well, I mean, aside from the homeless that are just lining up on the east side. But outside of that, it's fucking beautiful, man.
I love that it's right next door to the old spaghetti factory because when they gave me shit service one day, I dipped out on the tab and the baseball park unloaded and I disappeared. It was great. I love that.
For a long time, I told anybody who was like, "Oh, what are you doing like when you go to San Diego or Southern California?" And it's like you have to go to a baseball game during like the spring or summertime and just hang out.
And then they always reply back, "There's a baseball team in San Diego."
Austin's out here. He's gone.
There used to be a football team there.
Isn't it still like spring training? Isn't it?
No, season started yesterday.
Austin bleeds.
Opening
what is
day.
it? Yellow.
That's right,
What color are they? Yellow and brown.
So true story. We're in the studio recording our album. I'm trying to get this podcast back on track. By the way, no, I'm kidding.
Good
luck.
No, we were in the studio. So last season we did the thing where we had 4 Grand Slams in a row, and like 4 Grand Slams in 4 consecutive games. So we did the whole Slam Diego thing, and we were in the studio for 3 of those, and it was like, I don't know, it was a pretty cool moment that we were just all together watching Padre games and recording music and stuff. So yeah,
Austin was recording vocals during that time, and it's like his level just like kind of jumped up.
Tell.
He was hitting some crazy highs, and we're like, where did that come from?
Yeah. That's awesome. So you guys all born bred San Diego?
No, I'm not.
No.
I'm actually from Pennsylvania, and then I moved.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry. Small town PA, and then did the California dream thing where I was like, pack my bags, I'm moving to San Diego.
Because the roads are paved with gold. Yeah, totally.
Another town without a baseball team, go figure, you know? I just figured that it would be...
So when Fernando Tatis hit that grand slam and flipped the bat and then everyone got pissed off like he had just sinned, how stupid was that?
That Texas all got mad at Tatis? Very stupid.
Yeah. Was it us? Is it just all this state? Well,
yes.
I mean, we have the Rangers and the Astros here, so what the fuck?
So the Rangers coach was so mad after that game, and everybody was just like, "Bro, just chill out." Like,
it's
you guys
old
are getting
people shit, dude.
Yeah, it's the same people. It's the same people in Texas that are defending Ted Cruz were the ones that were mad about the bat flip. So
no, seriously, have you seen umpires argue? They like kick dirt at each other. They don't fucking do. They don't get physical whatsoever, but they like kick dirt and tighten their belts for whatever.
Is that when everyone was arguing about like the unwritten rules of baseball? I remember seeing that on Twitter everywhere, and I was like, "I'm not a sports person," and so I was just like, "What's going on?"
Like people just get offended at bat flips. Like a bat flip pisses you off. I mean, I was offended that Colin Kaepernick got blackballed out the entire NFL, but a bat flip? A bat flip. Ugh.
Yeah, that gets worse every year when the backup quarterback for whatever team it is like Joe Schmo from Kentucky and Kaepernick's just still sitting there.
Mitch Trubisky, Nick Foles, Sam fucking Darnold.
Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton's a bear. Ew.
Yeah, exactly. It's terrible.
It's gross. Yeah, no, they should have never blackballed our boy out the league. That was fucking shitty. Other news, I thought this was kind of funny. This is all over Twitter. People are getting called out and being called predators for this shit. But Bad Baby, otherwise known as Danielle Brigoli, the Cash Me Outside girl, she turned 18. As soon as she turned 18, she opened an OnlyFans account. She made $1 million in 6 short hours. That's after cashing out $1 million. My question for you guys, is it creepy that people were waiting for the moment this girl turned 18 to see her naked?
Yeah.
Creepy? Yes. Surprising?
No.
Yeah. Also clarify that it's not typed like normal bad baby. So
It's not.
It's bad.
Also,
and then BHABIE.
Also,
Who would
let's
put an
further
H in that
highlight,
word?
because it's probably supposed to be like Bab. If I don't even know.
Bhabie.
Say it. Try to say
Bhabie.
it.
Bhabie, bad Bhabie. Catch me outside. I'm bad Bhabie.
Maybe the dingo ate your baby.
Dingo ate your Bhabie. Shrimp on the Bhabie. Fucking stupid. Let's let it be known that she openly was just fucking like a 21-year-old while she was 16 and 17.
Apparently if you're like
nobody
famous,
cared about that.
you can fuck minors and like no one cares.
You just fuck
like,
whoever you want, and everybody forgets about how gross Hollywood is.
There's like
it's fine.
3 or 4 rappers and her bodyguard that were all like over 10 years her senior, and they all had relations with her. It was just very, very strange where the public and Hollywood and the media decides to pick and choose where they're outraged by minors and pedophilia.
Yeah.
I don't know. Bad Baby's crazy. I mean,
She's a psycho.
get your money. I didn't sign up for it.
Prove it. Honestly, anytime somebody gets paid, man. Anytime somebody gets paid, good for them. They earned
also,
it. They deserve it.
But
I can't do it.
You were doing it, Austin. You did. Are you surprised? No. What was the other one? And then, are you mad? Like, can you be mad? 6 hours, $1 million? Fuck. Bro.
I'm not mad at her.
Whatever I do that gets me $1 million in 6 hours, I'm probably gonna feel bad about. I'm probably gonna have some sort of regrets. But you know what? I got $1 million.
No, dude,
baby.
that's the whole NFT market. I don't even want to get into non-fungible tokens, but I mean, Beeple, one of the artists online, made like $69 million on one piece of art, and there's controversy behind it. But I mean, like, good for these people, man.
I read an article. People are selling like digital art pieces, right? And it's like really weird because it's like
it's popping.
Crypto coding, and it's
basically like digital trading cards.
I would prefer to screenshot that same thing for free and keep it on a hard drive at my home, and I'll save $69 million. But
have you heard of NBA Top Shot?
Yeah, so one of my buddies, shout out Peter Overzet. You're definitely not listening to this, but he was one of the first guys into the Top Shot stuff. No, because he's busy doing Top Shot stuff and launching his own NFTs right now. But doing good with that Nikola Vujovic card. Yeah, I bet you are. He was one of the first guys into this NFT or the Top Shot stuff, and I know that busted up, but it's super sketchy because you can't get your money out of it. Are you into that? Yeah,
I know very little about it, and from what I've gathered, you can own the same. Basically, it's a clip. It's like a highlight, like a player like dunking or shooting a 3. And so you're getting an interactive trading card of sorts. But you and like 16 other people can own the same card, and so I don't know how like the price.
Multiple
the
people had the sparkly
determined?
Charizard. A lot of people had the sparkly Charizard.
Yeah.
It was just like the rarity of it. Now, nobody points to this fear. And I don't want to be like a Nostradamus over here, but what happens when the fucking solar flare goes off and none of this shit even fucking exists anymore? And we're off the grid for a year.
All the data's gone.
Yeah.
You just lost 3 Ethereum.
Yeah. Yeah.
And your 5 Bitcoins no longer exist.
Yeah. And nobody's like kind of concerned about that. Nobody's kind of concerned. You're just gonna throw $96 million on like a dunking
and bury it in your backyard, right? Bury gold in your backyard.
So I called it out on Instagram. I'm pretty impressed how quickly it came up that we were going to talk about Pokemon. So do you want me to get my cards out, or what? Are we showing off stuff now? Where are we at?
What do you have? Like some
only the shiny ones,
sparkly one? Yeah, bro. I mean, if you got something that's gonna dunk on us, Top Shot us.
I only like shiny stuff.
Yeah, it better be shiny. And it better not be a fucking trainer card. You bust out a trainer card.
If it's a non-holofoil Pidgeot, you're getting booted.
Real talk. I went over to my in-laws' house because my wife and her brother collected them back in the day, and he has some of the legit shiny like base set. And I'm like, bro, you're sitting on a couple $1,000s right here.
Of course. Yeah, he is. Yeah,
it depends. There's so many facts. I didn't even realize I have like a hollow Blastoise that I gave to my son, and he was over at his buddy's house, and they were
had that
trading cards, and then his friend was like, "Don't give me this because it's like worth money." And then my wife's texting me and she's like, yo, like, is this card worth money? And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's worth like $30,000. But then I looked it up, but it's like, no,
you
it
have
has
to get it graded.
Well, it has to be the first edition, and those are so limited where it's like there's no shadow around the box and stuff like that. I mean, the card's maybe worth like $100, but
so Eric has the shadowless and the first edition.
Oh,
of a couple of those cards.
those are worth like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I know, but they have to be PSA graded, which PSA, the big company that controls most of the grading stuff, they just halted all grading because they're so overbooked.
Well, I mean, go to eBay and sell it for a little bit less, and then have someone else deal with that. Like,
I mean, seriously, the item's only worth what you can get for it. So yeah, eBay's the perfect market.
This is a little
if
fun
they'll
fact.
buy it.
A bunch of Kanye West like high school and early college artwork gets sold on the Rhodes. The Roadshow, what is that called?
Rhodes traveling.
Yeah, the traveling roadshow or whatever.
Circus.
The where you go and you get all your antiques.
Jamie, what's that shit called?
Antique Roadshow.
Antique Roadshow.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes. There you go. Yeah, antiques. The roadshow that features antiques. What's that called? But yeah, Kanye has had several pieces appraised on there. Apparently,
that's nuts.
Because man, and they all go for like $12,000, $14,000. But it's all shit he did in like high school before he really like was making music and doing stuff. But
that's dope.
Even shit like that will get appraised. So yeah, hold on to literally everything. So become a hoarder, I guess, is the message. If you want to, that long goal is important to you.
You know, it's because
everybody who was we were kids and we were collecting and stuff back in the day. So everybody but the four of us have real jobs and they're like making real money. And so they're like able to buy the stuff that they wanted to have back when they were kids. So that's why this market's booming again, but not me because I have no money.
It's a valid point. What pisses me off about the Pokemon cards is like, I'm in like middle school or younger when this shit was popular and I'm collecting them and stuff. I got over it and I immediately tried to flip all the cards and sell them. Well, at that time, they really weren't worth shit. Even like the good ones, you weren't getting. I think a Charizard was like $50 or $100.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything. Now that so much time has passed, these first editions, which I don't think I had any of, they're all worth something. But man, I liquidated my assets for like nothing. And then I sold all my Yu-Gi-Oh cards and all my collective Ninja Turtle trading card game crap. It was just awesome. Oh man, I love spam comments. Want to become famous and buy fuck.
Yes.
Click it. Click the link. Do it.
Let's see where it takes us.
Now.
Let's go.
Let's fall down the rabbit hole.
If we're getting viruses, let's get it together.
Little pop-ups everywhere.
How about we add a little bit of sex and sexiness to the episode, okay? So recently,
what the fuck am I here for?
Sexy Ned Flanders figure
I saw that. Yeah.
Okay.
What is this?
I don't know what this is. I don't know why it exists.
That's when he says, it feels like I'm wearing nothing at all.
Oh, no.
Okay, now I
This is an actual toy?
This is real. My question for you guys, what you just mentioned, the Antique Roads show. How much would you appraise this sexy Ned Flanders?
I bet it sells for
it costs $69.
I was just gonna say $699.
I bet it's like $89. I bet it's like $89.99.
No, boom, kid. I just googled it. Kidrobot.com. It's Kid Robot did it. It's $69.99.
Yeah, it is. Yep,
wow,
that's brilliant.
Wow,
that's brilliant.
It is $69.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
oh my
you guys
gosh,
ruined it. You're
was that your
just guess?
I guessed. I had a real guess.
Fucking looked it up.
Here, let me Google that for you, man.
Austin's not here to play around.
eBay it.
He's clearly here to press this interview forward.
He thought this was a game. He was
Get
like,
this show back.
You could get it with
that's
4
hilarious.
interest-free installments of $17.49. You could put it on layaway.
Oh no!
In case you regret it after the first month, did I really need this? Man.
I'll tell you right now, no, you didn't.
That $17.94 could have gone towards fucking Chick-fil-A.
Sorry, dog. I busted your bit, but I was curious about that one.
Austin's gonna buy it. He's already purchased it. That's why.
Oh, it's a collector's item. I'm gonna flip that on eBay next week when it's the limited edition sold out.
I'm still waiting for my Jerry Seinfeld action figure to come in the mail.
The Kid Robots.
What's the deal with airplane food?
Oh wait, are you serious? Is there a Jerry Seinfeld action figure?
Oh,
I don't know if there is, but there is a like $300 diorama of the actual Seinfeld TV set that I found one time. I didn't buy it. I'm not crazy. but it looked cool. You know, if you're like a super nerd that's never been laid. The final bit of news that I have is frontman Aaron Matz has quit Betraying the Martyrs to start his own project. I don't know what the project is, but Betraying the Martyrs was kind of cool, and Aaron Matz was kind of cool. Do we care, Brian? Do we care?
No, I was actually going to replace that with the Devil Wears Prada announcing the Zombie 2 EP.
Okay, we don't care. All right, go. Zombie EP2. Go, Brian. I'm excited for Zombie EP2.
Yeah, there you go.
You guys want a fun fact on Zombie EP2?
Please.
Do it.
We were waiting for a couple weeks to set our release date. We didn't hear anything for a while. And then finally, we heard that Devil Wears Prada finally picked when they were going to start announcing this stuff. And then we were allowed to pick our release date. So the Undertaking and our entire release schedule was directly affected by this project, which is kind of cool.
Wow.
It shows how
mates.
Yeah.
It shows how low on the totem pole we were.
That's bananas, man.
Or
I mean, it doesn't show a sign
it
of
just shows
the
We're
how
babies.
high Devil
We're
Wears
little
Prada
babies.
is.
Yeah, we're the bad babies.
Yeah, you're the bad babies. Get it, Bhabie's.
That means you got a mill each coming to you in 6 hours.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wish.
Hey, you better spread it, because that's the only way you're getting it.
Yeah, I feel like you guys are a little bit past 18.
That is weird, man.
What?
Brian, do you have any other news that
I
does
just turned
involve-
18 the other day.
Hey,
Hey,
congrats
bro,
on
you
the
have
beard,
a great
bro.
complexion. Yeah, your hair, everything's looking. You clearly use like oils and stuff. So
It's the San Diego sun, man.
is
Just-
it? Yeah.
You
Just
turned
go.
18
Let's
just the other
go.
day, so
That's
all those
saltwater.
tattoos were done illegally.
Yeah. Hey, just get. We're old. No, wait, I don't want to talk about
We're
it.
old.
Yeah. We are too.
Brian, do you have any other fun news or anything from this week?
I mean, I was just gonna comment on the fact that shows are coming back. Hard Summer returns. Hard Summer, the yearly rave that's held
I'm gonna
in
be so fucking hard for that.
in Fontana, California, is back.
Oh, that's part
They
of Southern
are-
Cal, right?
Yeah, it is. Saturday is being headlined by Future, K Tronada, RL Grime. You've got Little Dirk. For whatever reason, Little Dirk's on there.
Oh god, Little
Wax
Dirk is like way
Motif.
too popular right now, dude. But
Wax
yo,
Motif, A-Track, couple other big names. And then on Sunday, you have DJ Snake, Dylan Francis, 2
Fire.
Chainz,
Fire.
Joyride, Slushy, whole gang. So
Fire.
yeah, they're going to be back at the Nas Event Center July 31st, August 1st. We've also got several tours that have opened up towards the end of the year, including Matt coming to our lovely Austin, Texas. Benny the Butcher is coming through on his tour. We're going, right? We already have the
hey, if I don't get
ready to
shot
go,
or stabbed at that show, I'm gonna be disappointed.
right?
I'm gonna try
Where-
my best, man.
Where are you guys at with shows? How are you guys feeling about that? Would you feel comfortable going to a show late summer?
I felt
yeah.
comfortable going to a show last year. Yeah, I don't
Okay.
care.
Yeah.
I drive bandwagons for a living when there's not a pandemic, so I want touring to return immediately so I can go
Okay.
see fun stuff again. Also, life sucks without concerts because
For sure.
like a lot of my friends are in bands, and that's the only way I get to see them or hang out with them because they live like 8 states away. So it's been a while.
Yeah, we're starting to dust off the set and everything because the industry's starting to wake up a little bit.
It's
I
weird
mean,
being in a band and not playing shows. Like, do you feel like when you go to play a show, you're gonna be like, "Oh my god, I don't know what to do. How do I do this?"
Maybe.
That's Yeah, that's gonna happen for sure. We're just gonna be like, what is this? There's people, and
I feel like people are going to be more weird about it. Of like, oh, I'm in this room and now there's like 200 people, 300 people in here.
yeah.
Like
Mosh,
this
but
feels
don't cough on
weird.
me.
Yeah. I'm more worried about how the crowd feels at the show. You know.
I want the shit to return just so I can see you guys. We've interviewed a ton of like awesome bands on here that we have never had the chance of even seeing live.
sure.
So yeah, that's bugging the hell out
We're
of
pretty
me.
tame. We're pretty tame.
The
It's
music's
what we
not.
hear. It's
No, I'm
not what
kidding.
we
I'm
hear,
totally
sir.
joking.
Yeah, and I doubt that that's the case.
How are we 50 minutes into this thing?
I know.
We haven't even
All right,
talked about the
let's get to the
music.
interview portion. The Undertaking, new album, No Friends, is coming out April 30th. Thanks, Devil Wears Prada, on Solid State Records. It's gonna be awesome. I'm looking forward to that. So why don't you guys have any friends?
Ask Austin.
Yeah, Austin.
Does that mean you have friends, Johnny?
I mean, Austin.
He's got a
Well,
couple.
we're not friends actually.
Oh, That's great.
Ouch. We
Pretty
started the
serious.
fight that
We're-
broke up the
we're-
Undertaking.
Oh,
we're,
no,
business,
we're
we're
sorry.
business associates.
We also started.
No, he had a thought. The thought got derailed by a joke, and now I'm just waiting for him to get back to the actual thought that he had.
I was gonna
No.
say that wouldn't be the first San Diego band we've broken up with our antics. Undermined doesn't exist anymore because of Matt and
Oh!
I. So
Enough is enough. Beg for forgiveness, you.
You fuck!
Yeah, let's go. Yeah.
Shout out Nick Martin.
Good,
God,
that's
Undermined
good
was so
stuff,
much better than
man.
Sleeping with Sirens.
yeah, it was.
That
whole
that
album
breakdown
slaps.
was insane. Yeah,
That album
yeah.
spanks, bro. That album is so
11-11.
fucking nuts. It doesn't even make sense. It's like, what the fuck am I listening to right now?
No, that
Oh.
that was good stuff. Yeah.
Ugh.
No, man, we we have friends. I mean, there's a part of us like the Nas stuff, man. You try to be a little bit controversial because then people kind of cock their head to the side and they're like, "Wait, what is this?" And then next thing you know, I don't care what you think about it. If you listen to our song, like, thank you for that click and thank you for that stream. That song specifically, the title comes from Russell Westbrook saying that when he's playing a basketball game that he has no friends, just Spalding.
I love this shit. I mean, I hate
Yeah.
Westbrook, but I love that you took the quote from him. That's great.
Yeah, for sure. So that's no friend. And that song is just about, dude, it's hard to be a friend, man. I mean, like, we're all bad friends. We say mean things. We put up barriers and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, we're good. We're chilling.
So I don't mean to brag to all the listeners, but I did get an advanced stream of the record. It's pretty fucking sweet. You definitely need to get it on the 30th. The lyrical content on the album, I hear you saying things about your mother, your father, the system. What do you deal with on the album as far as lyrical content?
One, we're nice people. We're normal people. Don't be afraid of us. Like, we're just chilling. And so part of the
Disclaimer?
part of the whole shtick is there's a juxtaposition between us being normal people who love to hang out, love to laugh, love to just get together and play music with our friends, even though we don't have any. And then the lyrical content, the aggressive riffs, the artwork, the whole package is going to be a little bit darker and a little bit aggressive. And so there's something fun about putting those two, just kind of the yin and yang of those two and putting them together. We had fun kind of creating that. And for me, a lot of the lyrics were inspired by a bad year. COVID, man, 2020, you got politics, you have race, you have a pandemic, you have people getting furloughed and losing jobs. And so a lot of it was just bottling up those emotions, those frustrations, being kind of pissed off at what was going on in the world and putting it together and making an aggressive kind of kick-ass album. And yeah, and so you're saying, like, what are we going through? We're good, but those lyrics are just, things that we say and when we're yelling in the microphone.
I was
I
gonna
think it's
say
just like releasing the valve, It's
Yeah.
like you got the instant pot and it's all in there, and then you let the steam out, and it's just like.
it's you. At least what I've gotten from the singles is there's not. If there could be someone that could elaborate how everybody's probably feeling inside their heads right now, that's the songs that are at least been released, and that's what it seems.
Oh,
like.
cool.
You guys
Thank
are
you.
the.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, not everybody, I think, can elaborate how they feel in words and in actions, and I think just the chaos of the songs so far, it's like this is probably what everybody's feeling. Here you go. Like, digest that. Like, let's maybe pause for a second, see how fucking crazy 2020 was. And this is what's the most exciting about it is we're going to get the music that is all that emotion, right? We're going to get all the people that were pent up.
Probably
for
the
a
only
year,
good thing that'll
not
come
being-
out of 2020.
Yeah, not being able to tour, not being able to see their friends and family, not being able to do anything fun or make money. And you're going to have all that anger and all that sadness and all that grief wrapped up into music that's coming out. And I think you're going to see just some craziness. And I mean, the style that you guys are coming at it with and the tones you're bringing in, I mean, you guys are off to a fantastic start in my book. And I have a feeling this record is going to smash when it comes out.
His book is mostly illustrations.
Take it fucking all by storm. It's going to be crazy.
That's
I'm
really nice of
excited
you to
for it.
say. That's nice of you to say.
He's lying. He says it to everyone. What would you guys say is different on No Friends than the Scavengers EP? Like, you guys have grown, you've matured, you're new people, you're more miserable. Like, what could it be?
Everything. With this album, it's Scavengers was built off of songs that were in a previous iteration of the band, and it was kind of the five of us getting together and being like, "Hey, can we as adults play music together?" And
it's
then
a collection of songs,
right? So all the songs already existed before the current lineup of the band, and it was more of a vehicle for us to get shows, because we had kind of been out of the scene for a little while, and then it was us being like, let's do a band, let's see if we can play music together, and then let's record an EP. And that's kind of I don't know, Austin can jump in. We rehashed some things and added some things in, but it's for the new album, it's more everything came from scratch from the band now. Like in a month, we wrote it pretty quick.
Damn. Wait, hold on. A month for this record?
Yeah, maybe like 2 months. I don't know.
Music, lyrics, everything written, done.
Yeah, but I'm trying not to sound like it's like this crazy feat, but so yes, to put a period on what Johnny was saying, Scavengers was kind of us saying like, hey, we want to get a band back together and we want to see what we can do. We need music to play shows, so we hopped in a studio with a buddy of ours and kind of dusted off some of our old songs. Not even old songs, but just songs that had been floating around for a while. We kind of dusted them off and made them just brought them up to speed with the current musical climate. And so then for Funeral Psalms, which is the album title, that's just us finally for the first time, kind of the five of us in this band writing something. And we got the call. So COVID hits, everything gets shut down. We start recording some new music. We started to throw some demos around, and we were about to record an EP when we get the call from Solid State that they want to sign us. So we sign at the end. We were negotiating the contract at the end of May 2020, and we recorded the album in August 2020. And so everything you hear on the album was basically created in a span of a couple months, which was insane.
That's crazy.
That is a quick turnaround, yeah, especially in the middle of the fucking climate and like how just chaotic the beginning was. Like nobody knew what the fuck was going on, man. You're signing a record deal and playing in studio time.
I mean, the band was like the one constant thing that we had throughout everything, because it was like we get together every Monday, and we've done that since 2018. Yeah, like summer of 2018 when we got together. And so like when things shut down, we were like, well, like we'll keep like doing that, talking and stuff throughout that, and then we started getting together like soon after like things shut down, and then it was like, well, let's keep doing the band because like work had kind of eased up for everybody, and it kind of kept us going, you know.
That's awesome.
It was one of those things where like, hey, we might have a little bit more time at home right now,
right? Like
let's write. And like I said, we released a song called "Who's Afraid of 11 Wolves."
Yeah,
and right before we were.
I have questions.
I feel like it could have been titled "Who's Afraid of 7 Wolves."
No, because there's a reason, like because 10's a bitch amount, right, bro? Like
seven's a fair amount, but 10 that's a bitch amount.
Clearly, it's not.
You add 8 wolves, and I'm out of there.
So this was the final one in our 3 kind of Halloween themes. So we had About Ghosts, Witch Rituals, which is our play on Rural Juror from 30 Rock. I don't know if you guys watched 30 Rock. But...
Witch Ritual is my favorite of the 3.
Sick.
I thought it was like, and this is stupid, but because the album art seemed the same, I thought it was leading into something, right? And then obviously it was just like, I'm getting the explanation to that.
Brian thought it was a concept album about 9/11, and I let him believe it.
No,
Let's go.
Maybe not 9/11.
No.
9/10.
Who's Afraid of 11 Wolves was literally the 11th demo that Johnny had sent out. So I wanted to play on the wolves, witch, ghost, kind of something. It's a werewolf, right? So Dave Quiggle did that artwork for us. But yeah, there's nothing to read into the number 11 other than when Johnny sent that out to everybody, it was like demo number 11.
I love this shit, dude.
I've been trying not to like name any demos to influence the lyrics at all. So I've just been titling each one with a number. And that was number 11.
So let me tell the story real quick. Is that we were about to release that song, and we're managed by Joey Bradford, who's the guitarist of The Used.
Hey.
And so he
Whoa.
no, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal at all. Like,
I mean, The Used is kind of cool though.
No,
That
they
was the
used to be
last band-
cool.
That was
Okay.
That's so
Don't
funny.
tell
Oh
Bert.
man, it's so funny you say that because my fiance, that's her favorite fucking band. She'd be shitting her pants right now.
Okay.
First
Yeah,
of all,
yeah.
if she knew you were like merely associated with
gross.
The Used, one,
I'll
and then
just-
second, like the fact that there's that connection.
That's
But I
only
was
because
actually
she's never heard The
He's
Undertaking.
joking.
I know, Matt.
Yeah.
No, mad respect. I mean, we love The Used, but yeah, Joey's the guitarist of The Used, and so he, right before we were about to release this, he was like, "Hey, hold on, let's take a deep breath and wait a second," because we started to get some interest from some distribution companies who wanted to help us put out the Wolf song, and then we were able to kind of get on the hook with Solid State. And like I said, we had recorded Wolves. We were getting ready to release it. And during COVID, we were like, okay, we need to do something now because there's no shows coming up. So we started to demo out an EP. So we were going to self-produce, self-record, and put out an EP. But then we pivoted super quickly because then we got on the hook. We got on the hook with Solid State. So we took the 4 or 5 songs that we were kind of playing around with for the EP and turned that into the full album. Yeah.
I'm
That's
glad
so
you went
dope.
the album route, dude.
Yeah.
When I listen to it, and I think I'm like 80% done with the album. It's very cohesive. It feels like it's all together. It's all a part of something. It's part of the same project. It's not like you were describing the EP. It was a bunch of songs you guys kind of put together that were around before you. I dig it. You could listen to the album and almost like maybe guess it's a concept album because it is so cohesive. Like it makes sense. That's why I was asking about the lyrics because they kind of threw me off. But your screams are very audible. I can understand you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bands you have no idea what they're saying. I could hear every word you're saying, but if I try to sing it out loud, I'm gonna lose my voice immediately.
Love it.
I don't know how you're getting away with that on doing it live, man. Because I'm listening to that, I'm like, this hurts to do it, so I'm not gonna.
Seeing as you guys are relatively, newer, 2018, right?
Yeah.
As this iteration of the band, how much live experience do you guys have? Which tours have you done or been able to knock out? Obviously before COVID hit.
We've never toured, so we're basically
Yes.
Yeah, dog. We're basically like a local San Diego band. So we played a bunch of shows in 20. Yeah, dude. Let's dive into it. So
Go. Yes, let's go.
We are.
we basically only have 1 year of show experience, so we're
Okay.
super green, and all that to say we're stoked to dive into to some tours and get out there next year or this year, next year, whatever that is. But yeah, we basically only in 2019, March 2019 was our first show, and we ended December 2019. We played with the Fall of Troy. Dead American, and some
wow.
super sick bands. And then we were about to play with Red Jumpsuit Apparatus in March 2020, and that's when COVID hit and everything got shut down. So we were kind of getting ready to do some bigger shows, but then everything shut down. And instead of just playing cool shows, we ended up signing a rad record deal and releasing music on Solid State. So I think we'll take that all day long. Yeah,
A win-win if you ask me, man.
for sure.
That would have been a huge tour. That would have been kind of cool. Do you guys have a favorite song off the new record?
Oh, Johnny, go for it. What's yours?
I love Plague, and it's,
That's mine.
yes. Thank you. I say it like probably every week that it's our maybe best song, and everyone else in the band is like, that song's not the best song that we have. And I just love it. It has everything. I mean, I don't want to spoil it for people that haven't, it's not out yet, but just the vocal performance that Austin does on it is awesome. Like the verses, and then it gets like pretty brutal near the end, and then kind of turns around again. And I don't know. I love the musicality of that song.
It's probably the catchiest on your record, while
Really?
still being just as heavy as everything else. Yeah.
Okay.
I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
Interesting. So you're saying you got 80% through the song or the album, and one of my favorite songs was "Take Me Down the River," which is back closer to the end of the album. And that's one for me personally where I get like Plague, any of the ones where I get to kind of expand my vocal palette and get to do some fun stuff. So there's a couple big choruses on the album. Plague has some cool stuff. Wrenches has a big chorus. And then River has a big chorus where I got to experiment a little bit with some more melody and harmonies and stuff. So I'm pretty proud of those. But the beauty of it, and let me tell you this quick little tangent, is when we were discussing with Solid State which singles we put out, we started with our proposed singles and then they gave us theirs. And they were completely different, which is just so exciting because we had something in mind for our release strategy, and then they kind of took it and said, actually, we see you guys kind of in this vein, which was cool because the songs that we're releasing in advance to the album, which are O Negative, No Friends, Take Me Down the River, and everything worked out just fine. And each one of those 4 songs kind of hints at a different side of what the album is, but nothing really unleashes what the full thing is. And so like Johnny was saying, we don't really want to spoil people on what the album is, and not like we're like a J.J. Abrams mystery box type of thing, but we think we do a lot of really cool things on the album that people aren't really expecting.
No, I agree with you. It's cool. There's something on the final song I'm not going to mention. The 2 songs you mentioned, Wrenches and Take Me Down to the River, I have not got to. I think I
go
ended
for
at
it.
Nostalgia Can Be a Nasty Beast, I think is where I left off.
Cowabunga, baby.
That's
Let's go.
I was listening to it at work. I do dig it though. It's chaotic to say the least. And that would be like a really good way to describe your sound. Why are you guys so chaotic? Is there no chill among any of you?
I mean, I don't know how to answer that.
So you immediately think of San Diego.
It was a tough question.
No.
We only give the tough questions.
I'm pretty low energy, actually. I'm not chaotic at all. But
you're extremely type A.
I'm very type A, and I don't know. To me, it's more of like a challenge. Like, hey, can you write some pretty crazy stuff? And it's fun to do. I don't know. I grew up listening to music like that, and I'm like, let's do something crazy that reflects the stage show and stuff that you can like bob your head to and jump around to, and I don't know, things you can have fun with.
It's awesome. No, I mean, that's what makes shows exciting, and that's at least the mental image I get. It's one of those shows where you probably are going to be getting picked up off the ground a couple of times if you're.
My mom told me I have to turn it down when I play it.
I want to talk about. Go for it.
No, there's a couple things in that. Just like we're the most non-San Diego band you're ever gonna meet. Like most, you're thinking about the beaches and surfing and stuff, and we don't really like the beach very much. And okay, what's up, man?
I was just gonna say your sound. If I heard you, I wouldn't immediately guess San Diego, but the same could be said for Carnifex,
I know, okay,
and a bunch
right.
of San Diego bands. So it is a very diverse area where like normally you have like a beautiful beach city, and it's like everything sounds like a fucking pop punk band. And I think San Diego's far from that. Like, there's a few pop punk bands, but the bands I obsess over from San Diego, man, they range in all sorts of different genres.
Yeah.
We'll take that. But yeah, there's definitely a type A thing to it where the chaotic energy and stuff, that's just kind of what we wanted to try to produce. And we're pretty stoked on what we were able to do.
You did you killed it.
I think the next logical question is, what is the musical influences? Dare I say Every Time I Die? Dare I say we're getting a little bit of like Undermined? Yeah, some Dillinger. I mean, I'm hearing just
Celine
You said
Dion.
Fall of Troy, and I'm like, yeah, you would be on a fucking Fall of Troy show because it is just a lot of bouncing around, a lot of chaos.
I love the Fall of Troy.
Okay, cool.
How many pedals did Thomas have?
His board actually isn't as big as you think it is.
I heard he changed it over the years, but I know at one point it was like 16.
Yeah, it's now he's pared it down.
Oh
he's
such a pro.
He's lean and mean now. He's all over the place.
I'm also not a fan of people replacing like original members of bands, but him replacing Jason Hale and Chiodos was not a bad move.
No.
Him being the guitarist and Chiodos on Devil, I mean, he did some good work. That was not a bad move, and very surprising for the late career of Chiodos. A very strong move, I think.
Dude, he shreds. He's incredible.
So good. He's good.
Thomas is the shit, dude. Yeah, if you haven't heard like Just Like Vinyl or the other stuff he's done, that dude's fucking awesome.
But I mean, for me personally, they're a huge influence. Every Time I Die, I love Norma Jean is one of my like top favorite bands. Like they're like early chaotic stuff, and then like halfway through their life, they've done some pretty messy, grungy type stuff in the hardcore realm, which I dig. Yeah, Austin.
I was kind of say we're a fascinating mix of the five of us because my influences are going to come more from the Josh Scoggins Chariot. Oh, wow. Every Time I Die, kind of mixing those things and then trying to put my own spin on that. Keith, our other guitarist, is our riff machine, so he's going to pull out the Dillinger Escape riffs where if Keith Unfiltered were to come out with an album, there would not be a time signature because you can't even like catch what he's trying to put down.
Yeah.
and then Johnny is going to come from a little bit more of the musicality side with As Cities Burns and there's some song structure in there.
Love them.
Yeah.
So underrated.
They're,
so I was actually
maybe my top, I don't know, top three. They're incredible.
So you're talking about my vocals. Come Now Sleep is one of the albums that I learned how to scream because I was singing along with that album and like the grace that make your way to the it's all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that album is so good. The new stuff too. Yeah, it's so sick.
New stuff's great. Come Now Sleep. That was another.
I have the CD somewhere, but I'm not going to dig it up.
You were upset. At least I was, because Son, I Loved You at Your Darkest.
Yes, right. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Hands down. Top 10 album of all time.
Come Now Sleep found me in a really dark place in life and really helped me, man.
Come Now Sleep and Hell or High Water.
Hell or High Water.
Yeah.
Very, it's almost a different, and that's where it was like, man, okay, Homeboy left, right? They weren't going to get another singer. They were just going to keep it the 4-piece. They were still playing all the Sun stuff live, but like they were giving you some softer stuff. Mm-hmm. And they almost became a better band as Cities Burn, to where like when they announced Homeboy was coming back, I was like, man, are you going to go back rough? Like, I don't know if I want to hear you rough anymore. I kind of like just this tamed.
I like the Kumbaya style.
Yeah, and it was like, man, because they still had that emotion. It was like this raw. He still screams, but it's a different scream. It's like a, But again, their new album was good too. I was really surprised when they announced they were coming back together, and I was like, fuck yes, because that's a band that, had they stayed the way that they were, could have put out. I mean, they did.
If any band from like 06 to 09 comes back, we're gonna be on their nuts.
What? So that's what I was gonna ask. Do you guys have like mid 2000s San Diego bands you were really into, or that you drew from, maybe involved in, seeing as you were all musicians from San Diego?
None of you were in This Is the Hospital?
No, man, I wish Brent was here. Our drummer is a huge This Is the Hospital fan.
That band was really good, and no one outside of San Diego knows who they are.
Okay, so one, I'm 30. We're all in our 30s, so
we
all
are
of our
we're 33.
Yeah, so our influence. Any influence you hear on our album is going to come from like 03 to like 08. So all those things are just our bread and butter. Let's go. Okay. Carol Ann. Ring any bells? No. Okay. Dog and Pony Show.
No.
Oh man. Okay.
Do we have to be like hella local to get this?
You did.
I got some, but continue, and I'll throw some at you. I mean, some obvious
Happiest Creature Alive.
What the fuck, man?
Oh, come on now. The Night Fell Silent. You guys. I'll stop.
No, he's being booted. He's being booted. I mean, I don't want to go like In Fear and Faith.
I have an entire list of San Diego bands to run off, but I gotta get through 3 questions before I get to them.
Yeah, let's go.
Did you guys grow up fans of solid state bands? Because we sure were.
Yes, 100%.
They had like a certain vibe, like a feel to them.
Norma Jean, 60. They just named a bunch of bands that are on.
They could still be like, I take influence from Norma Jean, but I actually hate them.
I love Norma Jean, dude. Beloved, like they were changed my life. Like listening to them and being like, oh, you can do singing and screaming in the same band, and I mean, like Under Oath and Blindside was a huge one for me.
Fuck Blindside, son. Oh my
Right? Beloved like took me
God.
back. I was like, oh shit, Beloved was dope.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Everybody.
Pitiful.
Yes.
Fuck.
Yes.
son.
So good.
Hey, and how underrated was that album that came after that, where they had
About a
that-
Burning Fire.
Yes, and that
Yeah.
song, it was
About a
they
Burning
had
Fire. The
was
last
it the
one on the
self-titled?
album.
No. I thought About a Fire. No, not that one. That one. No,
Yeah.
no.
Oh no,
The
that's
one-
my favorite.
The one that they had the music video for, where he's like walking through the woods and he's like his arms stretch out super long
it's
and he
like-
like touches himself. It's
Yeah.
a super slow one. Dun, dun. It's got a dope bass line in it. Okay.
Oh, is that the one where it's the Swedish lyrics?
Yeah. On the album, it
Swedish?
interludes into that. Yes, her
Yeah.
What
lyrics,
song is
whatever
that?
she's
That's gonna
saying.
bug me.
Man, I'll find it. I'll find it right now.
So
Continue.
question one, everybody in the Undertaking, all five of us were very influenced by the early and even current solid state bands. So yeah, that was a big deal for us. We were joking around the other day that they could have offered us like $1 and we could have paid to sign the record label, like the record
I
deal.
will
Actual
give
pay
you
to
a
play.
test pressing of O Sleeper.
Yeah.
Actual pay to play.
All right, question two.
Question 2, when did you know you wanted to be in a band?
Always. I mean, that's an odd. I mean, I always knew I wanted to do music growing up and stuff, and then I don't know. Since I was a small young Bhabie.
Bhabie, yes, I love it. Yes.
Hi, bye.
Baby.
So
Is that a
are there
shitty question?
No,
No,
it's
yeah,
not.
yeah.
It's not. I don't have. I have a bad. It's a bad answer.
I was expecting like someone to be like, maybe when I saw American Bandstand, I knew
Yeah,
I needed
no,
to
I
be in a
don't-
metal band.
I don't have like a moment of like, oh, I need to, be in a band with other people. It was just growing up and listening to music, and then I don't know.
But no. But here's where it's interesting: is I think everybody in our band wanted to always be in bands and play music. But then the reason why we exist right now is because in 2018, Johnny and I share offices close to each other, and we're just showing pictures of the last Warp Tour, and it's the like swan song for Warp Tour, and we're like looking at all these shows and these pictures and these videos, and it was like we have to do this again because we hadn't been playing in bands for a while, and we have kids and careers and a lot of stuff going on. So for us to be able to do this again is a huge, like, it's just something we're so grateful for. But it was because we always knew we wanted to play music, and that's something we put aside to pursue careers and have families. And for us to be able to bring that back and still do something, that was something that we wanted to do when we were kids, man. I mean, that's just crazy. It's crazy.
This is firing me up. It's firing me up because not
You
only
want to start a
not
band,
only-
bro? You want to start a
Not,
band right now?
seriously, listen. Not only because are you
just do
doing
it.
this, and that's what's blowing my mind is not only are you doing this because you guys just want to get back into it and it's your passions and you love it, but you've only been a band for fucking 2 years. You haven't toured. You are
We shouldn't be here.
are
We shouldn't
releasing
be claim to be a
ridiculous
local band.
ridiculous fucking music and just signed to Solid State Records. No big deal. No big deal. Like the fact that you and the Devil Wears Prada are somehow cohesively linked in the universe on release dates is now a part of your reality.
Yeah.
That's
than
got to make your
some-
dick at
couple
least a
years
little
ago.
hard. That you're
I
on
mean,
solid
we
state.
we feel the
chub.
same way. I mean, it's bonkers. Like Austin, I think said earlier, maybe off the air, that it's just we're waiting for Solid State to be like, hey, like
April
okay,
Fools.
the joke's over. Yeah, April Fools. Like you guys aren't a band, like
Okay, bye.
yeah, it's just a joke. You
We're
owe us a bunch
not?
of money, kind of thing.
What? Huh?
I mean,
all of our
it's
equipment's
like-
at Austin's house.
Yeah,
It's a
I thought we
joke,
were a
except
band.
you owe us all that money.
Yeah. So it
Are you-
feels insane to us to be doing it, but also like do it. Just do. If you can carve out time out of your day to like write music or create something, whatever it is, like why not do that? You know, life's too short.
Matt, we have to go one for one on these bands from San Diego because we have a long list, and I feel like we're gonna.
I have a
say
big
a lot
fat
of the
ass
same-
list, bro.
Okay, I do too. So we're gonna
But
go
I
one
got
for
one
one.
last question.
Go
So,
for it.
what is the best and worst part about being in the Undertaking? Ooh, I stumped him. Game over. We're going home.
No, I'll answer first. Best is just that, like what we were just saying. I mean, like the fact that we are doing this and having this like minimal success that we never dreamed about. I mean, that's something that I'm just so grateful for. And
you're really modest. Minimal. I like to say minimal.
Thank
you don't know how to measure it as of yet.
Yeah, well, just what we're doing, man. It's like, it's super cool. And the worst is that we have no chill. And the reason why we're signed to Solid State is because even small successes are just like tiny speed bumps in the way of us like getting what we want. And so we're like, oh, we released a song. Okay, cool. What's next? Like, we're just constantly moving towards next. And so, I mean, Brent, if you are listening to this, I did an interview the other day and I spelled one word wrong, and I got a text message from the drummer in our band, Brent, what up? Saying that I spelled it wrong, because we just have no chill. And like, it's just like constantly like, what can we do better?
Yeah, I would say mine's the same thing. It's like, it's the best thing in the world to be playing music in my adult life and with other people and creating something that's chaotic. And I can tell people like, you're not going to like our music because it's loud and it's in your face, you know? And then it's hard having like one foot in and then the other foot in like reality, you know? Like I had to put my kids to bed tonight and I was like, don't come out and bother me because Dad's going to jump on and I'm going to be on the internet, like having on a podcast. And it's hard to kind of play both sides and not like do it as a full-time thing because we don't have any chill. Like I wake up, I dream about the band and I wake up thinking about the band and we're texting about like, oh, we got to do this. And we want to just keep moving forward and do the next thing.
Well, your success is starting to make a lot more sense. Like, you guys got decent music and you guys have a decent head on your shoulders. Like, you're not fucking around. You're actually putting in the work. You know, we joke all the time about local bands that get signed and they think, oh, it's over. We're signed. We don't have to do shit now. And
what's the point of doing it if you're not going to, like, don't half-ass it. Like, do it or don't do it, you know?
They think that's the goal. They tank afterwards.
Right.
Well, we might. Let's not talk too soon.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
No, but
I heard the album, though.
Thank you. But that's the whole thing, man, is like at some point, let's just keep going. And if we didn't take every single opportunity, it's similar to what you guys do on a Friday night. You guys are here doing your podcast because you're committed, you're consistent with it. Like at some point you have to put your head down and say, we're doing this and we're going to make this work. And let's all commit to a couple months. This is back in the day. It was like, let's commit to this and see what happens. And then it just continued to kind of snowball and become a bigger thing. And then now for us, where we're at right now is just the beginning. Like nobody cares about what we did in San Diego. No offense to anybody who's been along for the ride, but like in 2019, you don't care that we were playing Legacy Brewing on March 26, 2019, because that was just the prelude to what we're going to do.
By the time some kid in Pennsylvania picks up funeral psalms, none of that will matter.
Yeah. No, because they're going to look and see what we did, and they're like, oh, this is a new band. And it's like, yeah, we're brand new. We're super green, and let's go. Let's go. Let's take over.
That's what's so fun about it. Yeah, that's what's so fun about it. Because it's like, I mean, and we're fans of the scene, right? When you hear about a good band in the scene, a lot of times you're hearing it from the fucking debut album, right? Everybody fucking loves Hot Damn. Everybody loves the debut albums of the bands that are coming out, even if you heard
only like their old shit, like not that new stuff though.
But I mean, you know, when you do find out that like your favorite band, that was the allure to A Day to Remember Forever, was the fact that they did DIY for 2 years, right?
Hey,
and all their tours in California and New York and all the places they went were all do it yourself. So it gave them like, but the fact that they were still had an impactful sound. They weren't just your average band, and you guys aren't. You guys aren't just chugging along to like the average metalcore sound, post metalcore sound.
Oh yeah, it ain't average.
Yeah, you guys are chugging along with the big boys, and to have such a mature and well put together, structured sound for being so young is just is in my eyes what is going to make you guys blow up. Because, or you know,
thank you.
Yeah, whatever.
No,
you know what I mean.
My head is just getting bigger as you keep getting closer to the screen. No, but
blow up the balloon.
No, but it all becomes it's a response to how clean and overproduced metalcore is right now. Our sound is kind of the opposite of that. Let's create something that's not
to dig on any of those bands.
Oh, it's boring, bro. It's boring. It's boring.
That's what we do. We dig.
Yeah, it's boring as fuck.
No. But you know what I'm saying.
We didn't review any music tonight.
our response is not an underproduced thing. It's just it's going to be a little bit more chaotic, a little bit messier. It's not going to be perfect, and everything you hear on that album is going to be us playing it. Most of it, there's no there's no pads, there's no keyboards, there's no samples. Every guitar riff, I was there. Every guitar riff, Johnny, Keith, James played. Like everything on there is real. And
we wanted to feel like you're at a show. We wanted to have that live, chaotic, messy, like.
I get that vibe.
It's 2004, and you're like at a show with your high school buddies, kind of thing, you know.
And we're gonna practice so dang hard to be able to replicate that sound live.
Yes,
so you're asking about vocals. Like I'm gonna be on top of you, Matt, at a show in Texas.
My dream come true.
And no, you're gonna be carrying me through a venue.
On OnlyFans.
Like
perfect. That. Yeah, you carry.
Yes.
No, like you're gonna be holding me in the air, not
different kind of bad behavior.
Hey, stand up real quick, my guy. Will you stand up real quick?
Whoa, yo!
I want to see your
we
shirt.
Don't objectify.
It looks like a Brockhampton. Oh, bro, I thought it was a Brockhampton t-shirt. I was like, you have a Brock?
No, it's the mayor of California, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I see that now. Mayor, governor,
if it was a Brockhampton
sir.
shirt, he would have been booted.
It would have been booted. Hey, don't be hating on Brockhampton. You don't even know who they were.
Brockhampton sounds like 21 Pilots, okay?
Oh, we weren't even here.
Why are there so many cool bands from San Diego?
Here we go. I'm ready for this. I probably can do it for every
I'm just gonna
alphabet
rapid
letter.
fire these questions. Why are there so many cool bands from San Diego? What's your favorite taco spot? Do you fucks with SeaWorld, Legoland, Fred's Tacos, Old Town, Richard Walker's Pancake House?
What are you
the
talking
Whaley
about?
House really haunted?
Yes.
Have you ever heard of any of these 70 bands we're about to mention?
Here we go. We're going through the bands first. Let's go. You first.
I'm gonna pick the worst one. Switchfoot.
I'm gonna try to go alphabetical.
So Who's Afraid of 11 Wolves was produced by who was mixed by Tanner Sparks, who is Switchfoot's engineer.
Yeah, they're great.
So, yeah, he's a freaking guru with sound, but we know Switchfoot.
Secrets.
No, I'm next. 1 and 1, motherfucker. P.o.d.
Oh, fuck me, bro.
P.o.d.
Austin loves P.o.d.
Dope.
We are.
Yeah.
Fundamental elements of Southtown is one of the all-time greats.
I bought that CD from a record club
sir.
where they you buy one CD for $40, they send you 12. Yeah, that was a bad idea.
Southtown. Oh, man.
Exactly. That's San Diego. When he's talking about Southtown, it's San Diego.
Yeah. It wasn't the music video shot in like a parking lot of like a fucking
I
Wahoos or
assumed
something.
he was talking about Imperial Beach.
No, it was under the 5 freeway. Like you can go there.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so we already mentioned Undermined. We mentioned This Is the Hospital. Secrets and Carnifex?
We played with Carnifex back at the Epicenter.
Nice.
And at the
Shouts
Jumping
to Billy
Turtle.
Candler.
Yeah, he doesn't remember us. They did not ever care.
Don't you love that? Hey, do you remember? Never mind.
No, we used to play with them at the Jumping Turtle in North County in Vista.
Yes,
and then
yes.
Epicenter in Mira Mesa. So we know Carnifex. They don't know us.
I was gonna.
Oh my god.
They don't know us.
I know Scott's ears though.
What about some lower definition?
They just released a new song today.
Yeah, they did. Grief Eater.
Yeah.
That's great. I love it. Yeah, fans.
We already
cool,
went over
perfect.
This Is the Hospital. Pierce the Veil. They're pretty popular.
Yeah, I never got into them, but I guess they're from San Diego.
Yeah, I was going to say their
guess so.
style's different than yours, and I think they're different ages, so you probably are in different crowds.
Shout out to early Bridge 9 Records, but what about
How often do you cry? Maybe you're just not in the same crowd.
No innocent
Blink
victim?
182 / Angels and Airwaves / Boxcar Racer.
Yeah.
You ever heard of them?
They know us.
They know us, but we don't know them. I'm sure they've heard of us.
No, dude, Enema of the State came out when I was in like 7th grade, I think, and that was one of those records that you like kind of hid from your parents because like the album artwork and then
Hot porn star on the album artwork.
R.I.P.
Getting ready to finger a butthole.
But that's one of those albums that you know every lyric to because it was so good. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Moving on. What do we have for you? I'm gonna have to.
No, I want to go back to your rapid fire questions, man, because there are some good ones that you just totally glossed over.
Old Town.
I gotta know what's first of all the fucking little Mexican joint in Old Town. Right when you fucking pull into it is
when they make the fresh tortillas.
Fire.
Sure.
What are your favorite? I have to ask this. What are your favorite San Diego venues? Because you mentioned fucking. What did you just mention on North County?
Epicenter.
Jumping Turtle.
Epicenter doesn't exist.
Yeah, Epicenter.
Epicenter. I've never.
Epicenter doesn't exist. Yeah, they're all gone.
They had a bunch of dope, like a bunch of.
I felt so cool when I
played
played there in 2009. God.
Let Live had a music video that came from out of there. There was a shit ton of. I remember shit produced from there. Jumping Turtles also really good. Soma was my favorite.
Someone never had that great a sound, but the venue was cool.
Oh, I loved it. Anytime I wanted to fucking headbang and get asbestos poisoning, Soma was where to go because that shit is fucking the most dusty place in the fucking planet. Real quick, Destroy the Runner. Any Destroy the Runner fans?
Oh, they're good.
They're so good, dude. Their album
Solid
that they did in
State,
2014 was great. Yep. Solid State.
Yeah, Johnny's laughing because there's stories there, but yeah, we know them.
Yay.
Oh, okay.
I love it. I love it. That's what we're here for. We're here for the drama. Yeah, we're here for it. We love it.
God, should I say the actual band name or the joke band name?
Jason Mraz.
He was saying he sang at opening day for the Padres. Yes,
he's a local dude. Yeah.
What about the band As They Lay Trying to As They Lay Dying?
As They Lay Trying to Kill My Wife.
Or Capsize.
Hey, listen. I will say this. I was a huge As They Lay Dying fan. I saw them back when like that first Frail Words Collapse came out at Soma.
Yeah.
And no, listen. That whole came out. That came out that he tried fucking offing his wife. I was actually in San Diego when that broke because they were like, local
probably
band.
Shouldn't try to kill your wife.
Local band, rock.
Usually
whatever.
not cool.
And I legit stopped listening to him. That was something to me where I was like, man, you can't go back from that. I don't think
what
you can
bummed
come back
me out
from
is
like
Woven
really
War
doing
was
that.
sick, and then they let him back in the band.
Fuck Woven War.
That's a controversial thing because I mean before Tim did his stuff, they're legends, man. I mean, you went to every single one of their shows. They played at Jumping Turtle. Like we all worship those guys, and we know some of them and tie into our favorite venue in San Diego is Brick by Brick, which is owned by Nick Hippa and Jordan. So they own that place. And that's just like one of the cooler hardcore venues, metal venues in San Diego now.
Jordan just left, right?
What's that?
Jordan just left As They Lay Dying, didn't he?
Honestly, I don't know what's going on with them.
Jamie, Google it.
I think he just left. I know Nick. I mean, Nick's obviously been out for like a second, but yeah,
I like that Johnny gets that terrible joke and no one else does.
It's good.
We've been doing that since week 1, and no one really gets it.
Oh yeah, let's go. No, but that's the thing, man. We have mad respect for them, but there's a story behind that band at this point. Like,
it's like you want to be able to say they're the greatest, but you can't really say it out loud.
Yeah. Because you listen to metalcore band X, you tell me the name, and they have roots back to As They Lay Dying.
Yeah.
They
might be metalcore band X. They might be metalcore band 0.
Right.
That's actually the name I'm going to use for my next band.
Take this and like you have the flag. Here you go. And they probably led that for sure.
No, they crushed it, man. So we have mad
tour, like,
no, we have mad respect for that band, and unfortunately they just had some stuff go on.
A little controversy.
A little bit.
Oy.
Unwritten Law.
Is Chon a San Diego band?
Chon?
I wrote it down, so they must be.
They might be.
I've heard that
they're really good.
Oh yeah, I think their like guitarist is.
Yeah, they are
from like Oceanside or something like that.
Yeah, I've heard that they are. I don't.
Unwritten Law.
They gotta be young because that band, when I discovered them in the late 2000s, one of the guitarists was like fucking 12 or something.
I think they're probably like in their like mid 20s maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm talking out my butt. I don't know.
Amazing
Unwritten Law.
musicians.
Unwritten Law. I never got into that. I never got into them super big, but a buddy of ours, Troy, who has a local podcast in San Diego, Plapalooza, interviews the singer from Unwritten Law all the time because he's from one of the beach cities around here, I think.
Nice.
Fight Fair.
Ah, you stole it from me, you motherfucker. God
Brian's
damn it.
favorite fucking band.
God damn
I don't know that one.
They're not my favorite, but They were.
I think
they
me
were
and
just
Brian
like a
saw
little-
them once, and they left a
they
lasting
punk?
impression on them.
They were
Sounds
like a
like a
little
punk
pop punk. Yeah, they were a little pop punk band. They were
They
signed
were
to Triple Crown.
hardcore, and then they went pop punk.
They were like a 4-year strong hardcore. They were a very like poppy oriented hardcore, and then they signed to Triple Crown, and it became like beach punk pop, like
Sure.
like a lot of gang chants, no screaming, where they would scream. He had like really deep gun rolls.
Nope. One Google search tells me why I don't know them is because it says that they're from San Diego, but also based out of San Francisco, which is not. That eliminates all San Diego cred.
We saw them
that
at
band
Soma.
is from San Francisco.
We did see them at Soma, and I believe they claimed San Diego. And that's why we bring them up because.
But we also saw them at the Fillmore, and they claimed San Francisco.
That's not true. That's not true. One of the guitarists in the band actually went to Palm Desert High School, which is in like the Palm Springs area, which is how
That's
they
where
were
all the hot
associated
chicks in our valley
with
went
like
to.
our people. Yeah, and like, because the only reason we went to Soma is because there was we went to Soma to see Dance Gavin Dance and Drop Dead Gorgeous, but I mean, the whole reason that you would go to like a Temecula, the Vault. Did you guys ever play at the Vault?
No, I don't know if the Vault's still around, but that was
It's not.
That was actually
It's not.
that was a venue we
epic
tried. Yeah, we tried to play there back in the day. Like when we were playing shows in North County, we hit up the Vault, but we never got in there.
Son, Temecula you would go to Temecula and Hemet and these other places to see shows because they wouldn't come through Palm Springs until like later. And so, yeah, that's what kind of introduced us to that whole area.
Did we already say My American Heart?
No.
Okay, My American Heart.
I feel like I've heard of them, but I'd never heard their music.
I
They're
feel
for
like
sure
they're
an
not your
emo
style.
band. Yeah, a little bit more emo.
I might like emo stuff.
You don't know. You won't like them. You won't like them. No, I'm just kidding. Let me see. Agostana. Yes,
I've heard the name. Yeah, I don't know.
Think
them.
I'm going to Boston.
Yeah.
I think I'll start a new life.
Yeah. I've heard their
If
stuff.
that's their song, I don't ever want to fucking hear that again.
Yeah, why would you want to go to Boston?
Why is a San Diego band singing about wanting to go to Boston? Boston's full of construction and traffic. It's narrow. It's awful there. Funny story. First time I ever went to Boston, I was driving a bandwagon. I was a little bit high, and I heard a dude on a street corner yell to the other street corner at a beautiful female, "Well, fuck you, then. Your pussy probably smell like garbage anyways." And that was my introduction to Boston. Lovely place. What about the band Sever Your Ties?
Oh yeah, big. We used to be homies with those guys. So the keyboardist was a friend of a girl we went to high school with, and Sean, the singer of that band, has an amazing voice. Solid State band as well.
Yeah.
I
enjoyed them. I believe they Sever Your Ties and Destroy the Runner used to tour together a lot.
Yeah,
but we don't talk about Destroy the Runner, and you've brought them up twice now. So.
Yo, no.
Destroy the Runner? My bad.
We gotta have some juicy backstage talk because it's so unfortunate because Destroy the Runner and like
he said it again. See, I didn't do it that time.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay,
DTR.
so probably my favorite band on this list, since Lower D kind of burned me. I'm gonna go with Slightly Stupid.
Oh God.
Hey, they're good.
Yeah, if you like that stuff.
No, I don't know
you
what
smoke
that is.
weed.
Oh shit! I was gonna go even worse, probably. But
Slightly Stupid is the opposite of the Undertaking.
I'm actually not that pissed off about. Well, I'll give you guys two. One I do kind of like. The other one I don't like at all. But this is the one I don't like at all. Stone Temple Pilots.
Oh, I didn't know
San Diego?
I didn't know
Officially.
that. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why don't you like STP?
Oh, I can't stand STP.
Interstate Love Song?
I didn't know they were from San Diego for sure.
I didn't know they were from San Diego either. You know, Chester Bennington fronted them for a minute.
Oh no.
Yeah. Rocket from the Crypt. I do appreciate Rocket from the Crypt from time to time.
That for us that's an OG band that
Rocket from the
goes
Crypt.
like just has like massive roots in San Diego. I think one of our local radio shows from 91X is their name is based on that band and stuff. Dude, I gotta shout out. So p.o.d, Dogwood, and NIV. Do you know NIV? No Innocent Victim.
Oh yeah, yeah. I said
They're
No
just-
Innocent Victim, but I think Matt interrupted me. But I was like, throwback hardcore band because No
Yeah,
Innocent
so-
Victim is fucking rough.
Blame it
son.
on me.
So those were the three bands that kind of got a lot of people into the hardcore scene because p.o.d, Dogwood, and NIV would play these like super DIY hardcore shows together. and that was like what you would do back in the day. And that was way before even my time. But yeah, those bands all have massive roots in San Diego.
What about American Nightmare? Do you remember American Nightmare? They did like a split with Azalea Dying, like, right? I want to say around the No Innocent Victim
Did they
times,
break up?
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah,
1,000 years ago?
Oh yeah, probably after the split. Probably after
Like
that split album with Azalea Dying. Probably after Azalea Dying went whoop, and they didn't.
You know, when you can't afford to record a whole EP and you have to split it, it's usually a bad sign.
You know, the San Diego scene has gone up and down over the years. I mean, every once in a while, like the big wave of hardcore comes through, and that's kind of what we benefited from in 2019. Is there's a really cool up and coming hardcore scene and not metal scene, but just like aggressive stuff like us, more in the style of Every Time I Die in the Bronx, and there's a couple bands called Braggers, Doc Hammer, Occult. There's some cool stuff that we're doing in San Diego, and I think. Yeah, Occult is actually, I think, gotten some like playlist play, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, there's probably several occults, but you know,
there's just some cool stuff going on. I think San Diego's starting to want to come back into the limelight. So I don't know. Let's see what we can do.
We've always been big time nerds about San Diego, the city, the scene, the bands. For what I've like enjoyed about it, there's been a lot of clean singing in San Diego bands. I would line up Carnifex, Undermined, and you guys as probably the heaviest bands I've heard come from the city. And that's cool because, you know, 1,000 Below exists and they're great and they sing and they're going to hold that down. But when I need the chill to go away and I want the chaotic, I need some Undertaking.
Sure. I appreciate that. We're trying to be a little bit different than what our city would try to put on us. And like I'll die defending San Diego as one of the coolest cities in the world. But like I said before,
jersey on.
I'll go get my Tony Gwynn jersey right now. Let's go.
Oh, Tony Gwynn. Hey, we can't bring Hall of Famers into this, bro. Keep it current.
Well, I don't want to get a current player because they're probably going to get traded away, and then I just wasted a couple bucks on the jersey.
Of course, Tatis is going to be a Philly in a year or two.
Exactly. That's why I'm not buying a jersey for him, because at our fire sale, we're going to trade everybody away.
You got a year and a half. Live it up, buddy.
I know. I'm enjoying it.
You seem to be enamored by the rapid fire questions I had, so I'm going to slow it down. SeaWorld, Legoland, Fred's Tacos, Old Town San Diego, Richard Walker's Pancake House, which is just a favorite of mine, and then is the Whaley House really haunted? Because I've heard it's not.
The Whaley House isn't haunted.
Oh, it's a scam.
You go there and they try to sell you on it, and they're like, you can feel it's cold in this spot, and you're like, all right, the air condition. I
actually just popped a boner. It's not cold at all, lady. I've heard they like have recordings and they kind of like wait for you to fall asleep and then like fuck with you like to make it seem like there's ghosts, because I believe it's only like 1 or 2 rooms that you can actually stay in, so it's not like they're manning an entire hotel.
Yeah,
that's a waste. I mean,
you get tourists in there.
Have you ever heard of Richard Walker's Pancake House, or am I crazy?
It's in downtown. It's in downtown,
right
kind of by the Marriott.
Outside the Gaslamp.
I don't think I would go downtown to get breakfast.
It's one of those places that closes at 3:00. So
what do they have? What's everything, food do they have there?
Everything, but they're famous for pancakes.
The size of the plate. They have omelets the size of the plate. They have really
so why wouldn't
coffee.
I just go to IHOP?
Because their pancakes are fucking pussy pancakes. Bro.
It's really good.
Their pancakes are like that big. You can get a big old honking
and
pancake.
it's a strawberry pancake, and the pancake is literally stacked with strawberries. It's not they're not bullshitting. There's a reason there's a line at 9 a.m. It doesn't open till 10. It closes at 3. It's
pancakes
only open for 5
are
hours.
so cheap to make, though. I mean,
but
buy
no,
flour.
not these. These are fluffy, thick motherfuckers. Look, I'm gonna tell you, like I told Brian. Do you want to put something? Do you want to put something small in your mouth, or you want something big, fluffy, and
So, SeaWorld, Legoland, and Fred's Tacos, I believe, were the 3 that he was curious about.
Fred's Tacos is so good.
I don't know Fred's Tacos, but SeaWorld and Legoland, you're talking to the wrong crowd, because I have a 4-year-old and a 6-month-old kid.
That's the right crowd.
No, but you're talking about like Blackfish and trying to be like controversial.
SeaWorld's boring.
Not really. I mean, I used to go to SeaWorld, get drunk, and look at seals.
He just wanted to know if you really liked it. Matt loves it.
The Wild Animal
that's
Park is the place to go.
You mean
Wild
Safari
Animal
Park?
No, I'll never call it the Safari Park. It's called WAP, Wild Animal Park.
No, that's a bad word. Don't say that.
WAP?
Yeah, WAP. It's called
Not
WAP.
the San Diego Zoo and Safari Park.
No, but my kids really liked SeaWorld, and you're talking about getting drunk at SeaWorld. That was back when we were in college. They used to have the Budweiser tap room.
Anheuser-Busch.
Yeah, and that's gone now. Like you can't get hammered anymore. So
I ain't going.
So at Point Loma, all the kids would go to SeaWorld and get wasted for some reason. But you could get a bunch of beer there. So.
I got stuck on their one and only roller coaster they have in that park because it's so fucking small you can't even build a lift hill for it. So it literally goes up an elevator. Well, it got to the top of the elevator and stopped, and they made us walk down the whole thing. So I don't go to SeaWorld anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, so, and then in Legoland, I know Johnny doesn't like Legoland.
I know. Okay, I get what
I'm
you're
not
picking up,
allowed there.
You're saying we're not the people to ask because we have kids. So
Yeah,
we're thinking about it from that perspective.
Yeah,
Not
my kids love SeaWorld. My kids love Legoland. So
Legoland's not great.
I think
because-
Austin thought I was trying to catch him in some like fucking scandal.
Conspiracy or some
I'm not
shit,
that
yeah.
political.
Yeah. Undertaking gets canceled because
No.
you support whales being caged up.
You drank a Michelob Ultra at SeaWorld? You're done. Yeah, no. If they don't have beer there, I don't want to go there because like it smells. Their rides suck.
Yeah,
and apparently the animals are mistreated. I mean, none of them have told me that personally, so I don't know for a fact. But they, I
The
can't.
dolphins didn't speak to you.
One of the dolphins did kind of sound like Lil Wayne, but it wasn't him. It was just a dolphin.
Hands down the most underrated South Park episode of all time is where the fucking SeaWorld instructors make it seem like that fucking stupid whale's talking to them and they send the whale to the moon. They get Mexico to send it to the moon for him for like $1,500 for like $1,500. Real quick on the San Diego theme, Balboa Park, great place to get drunk in or not a great place to get drunk in?
there's not enough shade.
What do you? Oh, I mean that's true, but I mean you can go into like all the exhibits. You can go into like all the exhibits and shit. The Torture Museum.
If you go on Tuesday, because they have like the free museum Tuesday, so then you'd have to.
Yeah. All right, you're throwing a box. That's fine.
I would rather be at Petco Park than Balboa Park.
How many hotels in Hotel Circle have you thrown up in? 3 for me. 4 for Matt. Matt wins.
Shelter Island only.
Back in college, my buddies lived off of Hotel Circle off the 8, and we had a night of just good times. And we ended up we had to go home, and we decided, hey, let's walk Hotel Circle. And we walked the entire thing and got
like
to the Denny's.
Both sides of the fucking freeway.
And we were attacked by a prostitute.
Wow.
Probably, but it didn't matter because we ended up at the Denny's, and that's where we ended up. Like,
I don't know if this counts.
Denny's,
but
Waffle House. That's where you end up.
I've also thrown up at the mall right there too, the Galleria. I threw up at the Galleria at Hotel Circle as well. So
Brian,
that might be my
next
4th.
week we're doing the episode on places you've thrown up.
Okay,
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
Cool.
Moreno Valley Mall. Can't forget that.
Yeah, I
Brian,
did throw up at the Merino Valley Mall.
Do you have any last questions for these fine gentlemen?
So with the world returning back to normal, I just have to know, what do you guys have on the docket? Are you going to be touring? Right? No tours in the past. I understand that you guys have double lives.
Gonna break out of that local band scene?
Other responsibilities that you need to take care of. But hey, guess what? You've signed to the big league, boys. Okay? You guys are ready to play. They may need you at the drop of a hat, and you're going to go on the main stage and show people what you're fucking made of. So what are the plans? There are no plans. Okay. Well,
Yeah! Show it up, everybody. Co-headliner with Prada? Yeah.
No, we'd love to. First things first, we got Take Me Down the River, which comes out on April 16th. So in a couple days, we got our 3rd single coming out. And then on April 30th, the full album comes out, which we're stoked on. And yeah, we're starting to kick the tires. We don't have, hey, thanks, Jordan, new fan over here. We don't have any tours lined up at the moment, but we're starting to kick tires on to see what we can do. So we'll get out there, but we'll be playing around as much as we can.
Sweet.
Awesome, man.
Fingers crossed. We want a tour. We want to do it all.
Well, hey, I mean, you've got at least end of the year festivals opening up. You know, Texas is open for you guys.
Oh yeah, we're wide open. Come contract everything you want over here.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, one of the things that you're starting to see is the tours that got canceled are the ones that are coming back.
Yep.
And so, like, you know, realistically, we weren't on those tours, so we then didn't get like added to anything. Does that make sense? So yeah, we're trying to see what we can get added to and see if there's any little weekend runs. Yeah, we can fit in. So we're actually waiting to see which tours get officially announced, and then we'll kind of start making moves and see what we can do. There's rumors. There's a couple other solid state bands, Lightworker, Earthgrown, some of our buddies on solid state that were.
I see the T-shirt.
Oh yeah. Johnny's wearing the Earthgrounds. But there's like a chance that we could put something together and do like a solid state Young Bloods tour or something and go out on the road.
That would be dope.
Yeah,
I would really like that. I've always liked when labels like Solid State, especially because they kind of keep like a core sound. Their bands mesh together. If they like do that, that'd be cool. Like Rise Records used to have a Rise Records tour.
So Solid State Records tour back in like 04, 05 was Norma Jean, Under Oath, Beloved, Dead Poetic, and Haste the Day.
Dead Poetic and Haste the Day. That was when
I would praise God and then mosh my ass off.
That's a good tour. That's a good tour.
They played
so good.
I saw that show, I believe, at Glass House in Pomona, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, for sure. I saw it at Soma, so I wouldn't be surprised if they went up to Glass House. So that's where Facedown Fest used to be all the time.
Facedown Fest.
We don't speak of Facedown
Fest. Yeah. I don't know if we're gonna go that crazy.
I mean, I'm drinking right now for one, and I had premarital sex like a couple days ago.
Oh, hey! It's only like 12% of the bands that are actually sold.
I only say that because Facedown Fest had just so many stories coming out of it of like horror stories of I smoked a cigarette and 4 guys beat my ass.
Bloodline calligraphy and Sleeping Giants are the only ones that are holding edge still, and everybody else is fucking out of it.
I know a chick who goes to church with Sleeping Giant. It is kind of funny.
No, we love Facedown. I mean, the owner of that label lives in Fallbrook, so they're like kind of a local Southern California label. But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
They have a dedicated following, like Facedown. What is the other one? Strike First.
I don't know. Strike First. That used to be a subset. Right?
Yeah, it used to be a thing, but
Bridge 9 too. They've got fucking hardcores.
Very loyal.
Okay, Brian. We're
actually allow me, Matt. Allow me, guys.
You know what,
guys? Listen. Where can they find you? Where can they find your social medias? Where can they find out more about you and the band and what you got coming up? Give it to us. You don't have any. Perfect.
Yeah, we're off the grid. We're off the grid.
No, you can follow us on Instagram at The Undertaking Rocks. All of our socials are listed at theundertakingrocks.com. You can find us on Spotify by typing in The Undertaking and follow us there.
Perfect.
And there's Twitter and Facebook and stuff, but nobody really cares as much.
Just Google it. It'll pop up. Maybe. Awesome. We'll see. Probably
awesome.
Just screenshot this, notice their faces, and then scour Facebook for it. You'll eventually find it.
You'll find it.
Brian, where can they find you?
You guys can find me at Of Brian of Death on Instagram and on Twitter, as always, and my podcast, The Common Chaos, at thecommonchaos.net or The Common Chaos on Instagram and Twitter. Got a brand new episode out for you guys, dropping tonight at midnight. Matt, where can they find you, and what do we have in store for them next week, buddy? What are we bringing?
You can actually find me at the only Pat and Oscar's location in Temecula. I will be eating a dozen phallic breadsticks because I haven't had them since 2009. And I miss them. I used to have them every Friday, a dozen. They're like fucking $4, and they're great. I don't care if they're shaped like penises. I'll eat 30 of them. You can find me on Instagram at iHateTheScene, Twitter at IH8TE the scene, because some dumb son of a bitch stole our Twitter handle. Brian, what the hell's that guy's name?
Dean DeLeo, and apparently he's the fucking bassist for fucking Stone Temple Pilots. There's no reason we fucking hate him, and there's no reason
You're supposed to look up random names, not names of band members. It's fucking up the vibe.
And he fucking took our goddamn handle.
You can also find us every single Friday. We are streaming this beautiful live stream podcast at 3 locations. The first location, follow me here, okay? I'm trying to feed my family. Your mom's house. I'm trying to feed my family. I need you to subscribe on YouTube. YouTube.com/C/iHateTheScene. You can also find us Twitch.tv/iHateTheScene. And if you gotta, Facebook.com/iHateTheScene. You can find all those links And my personal phone number if you want to give that to your mom at iHateTheScene.com. And we'll be back next Friday.
If you absolutely have to, then you can watch it through Facebook. But by all means, go other routes.
But just know that I'm going
Facebook.
hungry and broke if you do it, okay? So it's got to be YouTube. Next week, we're going to have Wrist Meet Razor. That's not a suicide attempt. It's the name of a band. It's going to be cool. I'm looking forward to that. Any last words, Austin and Johnny, from The Undertaking?
Oh, I have the last question.
Oh, son of a mother. I'm
Favorite brewery out of San Diego, since you guys have like literally 240 or some shit.
Ooh.
What's your favorite brewery?
I love Ballast Point. They make some good stuff.
What's your
yeah.
Habanero Sculpin happens to be one of my favorite beers of all time, sir. What are you drinking right now? What is it? Oh, I thought you were gonna pull up a bottle. I was like, what?
Oh,
When?
It's water.
God damn it.
Yeah, Ballast Point. They're the best.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. No Green Flash. No.
I mean, I'll drink it, but I feel like I usually stick to Ballast Point.
Carl Strauss would be my go-to if I had to pick a favorite brewery.
I don't know what any of these things are.
Beers.
Well then.
I knew I was fucked.